crater that had once been one of the magma trees. After doing a brief investigation, they continued onward to try and head to a shelter, assuming that the crater was caused by the mayor and that she must have found some shelter later on. As they went, they found a ruined temple, one that brought quite unfortunate flashbacks. And after a grievous puzzle that resulted in a lot of injury, a lot of scares, and quite a bit of laughs on my side.
Shut up.
They managed to not only make it out of the... Shut up. Not only did they manage to make it out of the temple, but they managed to get the favor of at least one of the somewhat demigod that it belonged to, having gotten the rewards and treasures that gone along with it. After they left, they emerged not far away from Bogrul, one of the smaller, more desolate towns that Mista has. They went inside, and they got a room at an inn that was pretty shifty, and it resulted in a bit of awkward deciding on plans. Little do they know that a mysterious person is arriving at the inn today. And this is where we're going to pick off. So
should we like wait for Sage to actually get here?
So Sage just put in the chat, sorry, I'm not going to make it. I'm kind of busy.
She's been busy for a while. I think in the last month and a half, she's only made it one of my sessions.
So does this mean that, Leaf literally, flies through the walls into the hourglass?
Since you are an automaton and basically you see all this happen, you basically see Sans slowly slink through underneath the door and into the hourglass underneath the bed.
Oh, fun. But I can't leave my post, so I don't know who that was.
That too, yes. Alright, so who wants to start us off?
Okay, so we went to bed a little bit early, 9 or 10-ish, right?
About a little before 10.
Right, okay. And I guess basically, does anything happen in the night? Remember that I'm watching that table.
Nothing
is
happened.
The main thing.
It's a silent night.
Alright. And I'm only in that square because I don't know how to get my thing to not fall onto the grid. How do I do that?
You hold Alt.
Alt? Yeah.
Alt. Hold Alt while dragging.
Where is... there we go.
Right. So, morning arises. S.C.R.A.P.S, you would be the first one to really activate again.
So does it go back to snap when I let go of Alt? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Again, this is only my second Roll20 session, and the previous one did not last long. So I have still learning all the controls and stuff. And no one's come out of the hourglass yet?
No one's come out of the hourglass just yet. But as you start to move it around, it starts to shake quite violently with the amount of people in there. Since there's about 3 people in there, the hourglass is almost full. And with the amount of people that are about to come out, you feel like you need to take a few steps back, otherwise it might be hurt.
Right. Well, I would have, when I went to bed, left it specifically on the bed, not me holding it.
Alright. So, first one to come out of the hourglass would be Ember as he is flung to the left as he kind of plops off the bed. Covered in sand, mouthful of sand.
Oh, I hope that wasn't my pancreas.
And then
dreadful in there.
And the next comes Firn, who plops right on top of Ember. As you're heaving out sand, you suddenly get a tall furball boy slammed down on top of you.
Hi, Ember.
Hi, Firn.
How are you?
I'll be fine.
Glad you gentlemen could join us.
Oh, hi.
I'm happy to see you too.
So, good news and bad news time.
Huh?
Good news is we think the mayor might be staying at this inn, or at least was here yesterday.
Yesterday, they couldn't have gone far. Well,
Right.
were they on the weird fast mount things on their steeds?
When we talked to the innkeeper, he kind of implied that there hadn't really been any through recently, but he wasn't really willing to give us more specifics without a hefty bribe.
Oh, really?
The bad news is, and actually before I break the bad news, Ember, I just want to make it very clear how much you owe Leaf right now.
What?
Unfortunately, your pet did not make it.
Oh.
But Leaf went to great lengths to try to save it and bring it with us. So, just remember, you owe her one.
Yeah, I'll add that to the list. Did he at least go out fast and painless?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, that's good at least. Well, you better get to it. Don't want.
And one of our party is still in the hourglass. I don't know which. I just saw the sand going in. They're in separate rooms.
Which room was? Which rooms were they in?
One directly across the hall from this one, and one nearest the corner as you head out.
Well, seeming as though the bed is in the doorway?
The door's closed.
You don't see that.
It's just the doorway.
Huh. Ah.
Oh, you mean that bed? Oh, shit!
Yeah.
I forgot Leaf did that!
No, so the pink is the doors. There's a door here. There's a door here.
No, he's saying, though, remember Leaf put the bed in front of the door before she left?
Yeah, he can't see that because the doors are in the way.
Right.
All right. There are doors.
And Sage apologized for that in chat.
Very interesting to get into that room. Sorry, that was out of character. Just, man, fun.
So, quick question. What pet did you guys acquire, even?
It's a bat shark.
What?
You know, a shark whose parents get gunned down, and so it vows vengeance. Sorry, out of character.
Asshole.
No, bat shark.
It's pretty much what it sounds like. It's a flying shark with bat wings.
And it was cute, and I loved him.
We had a pet, and you let it die?
We didn't let it die so much as there was an accident.
With a meat processor, or?
I mean, you could call it that.
What?
What?
Although, to be fair, I'm pretty sure I'm the one who took most of the blows, so I'd think of it more as like a blacksmith's hammer?
I'm sorry. What?
It was a water elemental.
Oh.
But it packed a punch.
I'm just gonna open up the door here and...
It's locked.
From the inside?
From the only I can open it right now.
Although it does have a lock twist on the top.
Oh, right. It has the manual one from the inside. I forgot about that. So I guess you could open it. Actually, will that work with the key broke in it?
It can't really.
Okay. So I will step over, hold up half of a key, stick it to the other half of the key, and cast Mend.
Alright, you mend the key back into its place as it is now one solid key, and you realize that you have something small and furry on you.
Huh.
Is it a squirrel?
It is a squirrel.
So apparently it was Leaf that went into the hourglass.
The squirrel waves.
Oh.
Not Nala?
The squirrel nods.
Ah.
Fortunately,
Get me out of this room. Get me out of this room.
I believe that anything other than what Leaf had in her corset she left with the stuff under the bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Same goes for you now. All of your stuff is also under the bed.
Right. So, I will check under the bed, drag out the gear.
Alright. Drag out all of Nala's gear and everything. Including the Oracle, which still has the sands that are the essence of Leaf within it.
Alright. So I guess we should probably be worried about, do we want to try to see if the mayor comes out for breakfast or the like? Or do we think she already left?
I mean,
We could knock on doors.
I want breakfast, so we could do that.
I will just warn you. Well, I mean, I think it's just par for the course in this area. Place is pricey.
Really? Like, how pricey?
Like, our rooms all have the exact same key, and we're a golden knight.
I'm
You also see
honestly,
as this world transmutates back into Nala.
I'm honestly kind of worried what the guy is gonna do when he sees that there was like a lot of people in here, considering they specifically mentioned like, oh yeah, if you want to have 2 persons to a room, you gotta be charged more because we have a room for 2 people. But a
Well,
lot more about the sex.
turn back into a squirrel, and that's one less person. And then if we each leave through a different door,
Is there more than one door? I know that window doesn't work. Or it's a window. So it works as a window, but like it's a window.
Can we go out the windows?
I wanted to earlier, but I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
I was a squirrel and I couldn't get out the window.
What if I pick you up while you're a squirrel and then you could go out the window?
Okay, I'm not going to turn into a squirrel willy-nilly. First, Nala starts picking up all her stuff, including the Oracle of Sands.
Alright.
Off the floor.
You pick it up, and notably, the Oracle now feels kind of warm after so many people just emerged from it.
Ember, what did you do to the Oracle?
I existed in it.
You know what? Fair enough. Nala continues as normal.
Before we head out, I am going to need a little bit of time here. Okay, so here's a question. Abilities that say they take like an hour after a short rest.
A lot of abilities take the amount of time that it took to do the short rest into the amount of time.
Getting at is a long rest is 8 hours, 6 of which must have been sleeping. So the last 2 hours of the rest, can I be doing those things, or
I'll allow it.
okay?
Also, keep in mind, if you're just going to be doing stuff non-combatively, as long as it's not like phase shape, you can do it at will without cost of spell slots.
Right. Mostly it's just since I have an alchemy jug now. Oh shit. Well, never mind. I may as well keep my other alchemy jug. Well, no, I won't.
Is it because you took 2 invocation, or no, the artificer invocations that just don't do anything for you right now?
It's that until I get that ability that my armor counts as multiple slots, 2 of mine are infuse armor abilities, and I can't have them both going. But I can always put one on someone else.
True. True.
Oh, by the way, I used up 4 of my charges yesterday. Oh, well, my armor is back full.
Alright.
Yeah.
Because, the armor strength thing. But I don't have a gem for the other one, because it requires a 100 gold piece gem. I don't need the alchemy jug, because I have an alchemy jug now. So it's like... But I do want to reconfigure my armor back to its normal, the light form.
Alright.
So that's the main thing.
Alright. I will say that during the time during your rest, you would have done that.
Okay. Does anyone else want their armor enhanced with strength?
Ember, you don't use armor, do you?
I have pants.
And that's it.
I don't know if that counts.
Wait, does Scraps hear? Does Scraps hear that?
Let me just double check. No, he does not.
Okay. Literally only Ember heard. Difference, just chime in there.
Yep.
Fair enough.
And Ember's going to be the only one that hears.
So, Fern, can you help me look at the window and figure out if there's a way I can sneak out as a squirrel?
Okay.
Actually,
So,
what armor does Firn wear?
Fuck, I don't know.
could have sworn it was leather.
Is more of a base leather armor.
Okay.
Yes, it looks like I have leather armor.
Well, this would be more useful probably to, like, Nala or Leaf.
Nala also wears leather armor.
Right. Actually, is Leaf's corset Leaf's armor?
I think so, yeah.
Never mind. I'm pretty sure I can't do it to magical armor. Actually, let me check that. Let me double check that.
While he's checking that, how should Nala and Firn check the window to see if Nala could escape as a squirrel?
Roll a investigation.
Okay, and should it be one of us doing the investigating and the other helping, or what do you want us to do?
It can either be that, or both of you can make separate checks.
I'm good for separate checks if you are. Or actually, Nala asked you to help, and you said yes. So Nala's has advantage, I guess?
Alright. Looking at it, it doesn't seem to have any latches that would unlock it or open it.
Yeah, no. No squirrel escape.
Dang. Wait.
Oh, wait, was it bars or glass?
Glass.
Oh. I mean, is it specifically made to be particularly sturdy, or is it just a typical medieval window?
It's a typical medieval window. It's also a fair, nice, colored paint, colored glass, like one of those pretty ornate painted glass.
Like stained glass?
Stained glass, thank you. Stained glass painting windows.
Oh, well, never mind then. Because those are usually used with iron to hold the panes in, whereas a typical window would have been made with putty.
So yeah, should we just try to leave, or... Because we did technically buy 3 breakfasts.
If you turn back into a squirrel, we could then hide you in my hair.
Nala turns into a squirrel.
Alright, you shrink back down to a squirrel.
And climbs up Fern's leg, then your torso, then your shoulder, and then just sits on the top of your head.
This is not exactly what I meant, but okay.
Okay. Hearing that, Nala starts spinning around, like, not really comfortable for you, because the claws just sort of dig a little bit, as Nala tries to figure out a way to burrow.
No, not Nala. No, not... Ow.
Nala tries to be a little bit slower, and it doesn't really help.
How big are the panes, like the individual pieces of stained glass on this window?
They're about an inch apiece.
Oh, well, that's far too small.
Can I roll for stealth to hide in Fern's hair?
Sure.
Yes!
That's survival.
Sorry, what?
That was survival.
Survival.
Why would I... Okay, I have literally the same check for stealth, though. I'm sorry. No, literally, it's the same check. I either have a 3 or a 5, and that's my entire stat block.
Nala, just...
Basically, it just kind of looks like Firn is wearing a squirrel knit cap.
I moved to the shoulders, though. Oh, wait, no. No, that's fair, yeah.
Nala, just curl around my neck, and then I can wear my hair down. And then you will be hidden.
Squeak, squeak. Nala moves down your head, gets on your shoulder, and then, like, tries to, like, grab around the nape of your neck, lying flat on the side.
So,
and, like, swings their tail around to grab it and, like, use it as a pillow under their head. So you have, like, a squirrel choker now.
Alright.
I'm wondering if the innkeeper is going to have a problem with 2 new guests just showing up in the night.
It's the same number of people.
That is true. We'll just explain that yous are shapeshifters.
Yes, we are changelings.
How well that's gonna work, but okay.
Well,
came in with a bat, we're leaving with a squirrel. Oh no, we didn't come in with a bat, did we?
You did not.
We did not.
Squeak.
Let me just figure out this door. Oh, wait. And I try to open it.
Alright. You unlock it as it now swings gently open.
Huh. I figured it out.
Yay.
Alright.
Boy, this place is weird.
Yeah.
Ember, as you come around the corner, you see a very big Goliath standing in the room. Wearing more so like armored padding, more less than armor. Looking very intimidating for a moment until you realize you recognize his face. His burly mustache and beard. And his sword, more specifically.
So are you coming, Firn?
Yeah.
And the name pops into your head. King.
Kane or King?
King. K-I-N-G.
Oh no. Wow, it's really... He didn't really think about spacing and getting through these chairs. I gotta squeeze past them. There we go. Man.
King, you'd also start to recognize the Genasi coming towards you. Especially his weird looking... Especially with his short hair currently.
So King's at this guy, like, talking to him, like, something weird was pulling me to this inn. What is this place? This is very suspicious. And then when I see the guy, like, him walk out, I'm like... I stop and I look at him and I'm like... He looks familiar.
You also... As you look at him, your mind kind of buzzes and twinges with pain as you make the quick connection of his name and somewhat of what he was like. But you remember him.
So I approach him. So I imagine, like, I'm thinking back to, like, my memory or whatever, and I have myself in this room with these, like, blurry figures, and I guess, like, as I see him, one of the figures becomes less blurry. Like,
Yep, as you look at him, the image in your mind from the last encounter you had, the great battle, clears out, and you recognize his face as one of the people there, as well as the Warforged and the current Furball that's just standing at the edge of the door, just looking, looming.
walks up and says, "Do you remember me?"
I do. Do you remember me?
Somewhat.
Different. Say something.
Something!
Did you hear that?
You heard that.
Yes? What was that?
That is my mask. Difference,
Oh.
meet King. King, meet difference.
Hi, King. Looking at it, you see that the mask he's currently wearing blue, lots of curls, and faint human-like face to it that just shapes his face more pronounced, Ember's at least.
He nods and says, "Say, gift from your god, or?"
Nope. I'm special.
Usually items when they speak to people, and from my clan, they're a gift from their gods of some sort.
I found him on a dead body. Or her? I have a hard time placing.
It's a her. I'm a her. Kind of. I'm also a mask.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
God. What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Like, before you woke up in a weird cave?
Yeah, I was with, I assume, you guys. There was a fight, a flash, and then I woke up in a box of goo.
I think we died.
I was told that we're 300 years in the future.
Yep. That's true.
Have you guys awoken recently, or you've been awake?
Been awake for like a week or two, I think.
A bit more than a
I'm
week.
just here to run around and
3 days for
work
me?
off Anubis.
4?
Have you guys figured anything out? Like, what's going on? What's happened?
You're gonna have to ask someone else.
My understanding is at present we have no leads. So we are kind of doing a charity work for this town. Not this town. We're warning someone that their town is about to be attacked by people that really do deserve to attack the town anyway.
Well, there's a lot of moral implications of this.
I thought we were warning the town about the weird thing that like murdered the other town.
I was told we were warning them that the goblins that they enslave and murder on a regular basis are rising up against them.
The answer is both.
King Don says it sounds like the town is the enemy here.
Well, not the civilians in the town. The guards are assholes, but
enslaving these goblins.
I'd rather, preserve the lives of innocent civilians.
Civilians, have they been enslaving the goblins as well?
I don't think so. We didn't see any goblin slaves. We saw persecution by the legislation that allowed them to drown them in their river. But I don't really blame that on the civilians too much.
Assuming the goblins have committed crimes, and that's why they'll be drowned.
They exist, and that's all I know.
Do you guys talk to anyone about this, or you're just assuming things?
Well, we tried to talk to a goblin, and he said some curse words, I believe, and then he ran away. After we killed him and brought him back to life?
King's like, killed him? Okay, I mean the townsfolk, the people.
What'd you say, Kevin?
I was not here for any of this. I am just going by what I've heard.
To be honest, I'm not really mentally there either. But that's what I know.
Yeah, King puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "It's okay."
Yeah.
Ember, the size of his hand is basically completely encompassing your shoulder.
9 feet tall, by the way. It says, seems like we need to go talk to someone in this village. Clear things up.
I mean, it's kind of on another continent.
We're trying to find the village's mayor.
Because theoretically the village's mayor will be able to fix the issues, including the asshole guards issue.
The village's mayor not in the town being a mayor.
That's a good question.
She's looking for S.C.R.A.P.S. I don't know why. That's...
Wow. The more I'm hearing about this, gee. What are we doing the right thing? Are we on the right side?
Well, that's why I was saying you probably need to talk to some of the people in the village. Maybe, figure out why the mayor left, and why they were getting sap, and why...
And why the trees that give this sap explode?
They explode?
You wouldn't know that it's still a squirrel.
What do you mean they explode?
I mean, remember before you went off to play with the barks? Nala and I were talking. We were about to tell you guys we'd seen an explosion. Actually, you were there for that part. Remember we were walking towards the explosion we saw before you got sucked into the hourglass?
Yes.
Turned out that explosion was one of the trees.
One of them?
One of them.
How big was the explosion?
How big was the tree?
Very big lizard? Maybe?
I'm sorry, what?
Like a lizard that's points to the giant guy. About twice his height, maybe?
I'm sorry. What? How does this relate to the tree?
We went to investigate the explosion. We found a crater that we're pretty sure used to be one of the trees. It looked like it exploded from the inside out, and there was a big dead lizard by it. And by dead, I mean scorched bones were all we really found.
Do you know what made it explode? Was it the S.C.R.A.P.?
That was my concern, but we're really not sure.
What do you mean we're not sure?
This has me kind of concerned now that I'm saying this all out loud, that maybe the mayor is making bombs from these trees.
Are we on the right side of history right now?
I mean, we are history right now, but...
I mean, we're literally living history, you know.
As King's like watching, listening to them talk, he was like, so I was going to ask next who among you are the ones that speak and ask the questions, but it seems like you all just kind of ask randomly.
None of us actually know things, so the one that actually like knows things and then does things based on the knowing of those things is kind of not here right now.
Butterman! Gordon! Gordon, kill the Butterman!
That person there. Of course. I'll do it. Right on the double.
The squirrel starts climbing the walls past the doorway. You're too big to enter.
What?
What?
Why is the doorway so small?
As you say this, you see a very short, very small gnoll running on all fours, going after it.
Does it, like, start climbing the... Okay, yeah. Nala's on the wall, like, climbing the wall, just looking around.
Why is
it looks like it's a storage room of some kind, with lots of barrels.
Are gnolls normally that size? They were bigger.
They're not. The gnoll is going to attempt to get you by jumping up and grabbing at your body.
Are gnolls not medium-sized creatures anymore?
They are, but this one is for some reason very small.
Oh.
Okay, let me know what I need to roll, but Nala was gonna like try to be as tall towards the ceiling as possible.
Well, I was rolling athletics to see if he could jump up and get it. No, basically he's like a toddler trying to jump up for a cookie on the top shelf.
Okay. Nala's going to like slowly move down this direction and preparing to like do a dead sprint all the way to the doorway. Okay, yeah. Dead sprint. She's doing a dead sprint. She's getting out of here. She's getting out of here. Freedom. Freedom.
Alright. As you run out, he goes and pursues. All this is happening. Do any of you want to do anything?
Because these flesh piles need to eat.
He's confused why everyone's so concerned of a squirrel, so he's just watching, like, what is going on?
And Nala's going to try to get back on Firn now.
I do not recall you getting a room here.
I got one, and then I came in pretty late last night. But they accounted for me in the getting of the room.
Yeah, we paid for 3 people.
Roll deception.
Fuck, which thing is deception? Where is...
Yeah, you're going to need to pay up.
Those are the people who came with me last night.
Yes.
They're in disguise right now.
Yeah, there was this really complicated thing with this one lady who really did not like that I was engaged in certain activities with her son. And I was a bit concerned she was going to show up here.
If you don't believe me, I will cast They call it Disguise Self in 5th edition. Alter Self. The illusion thing.
That'll be Disguise Self.
Disguise Self. So I now look like a human-ish version of me.
I'm not swapping that token again. He gives you all a questionable look. I am going to have to ask you all to leave now.
Well, we paid for breakfast. We want breakfast.
The bee and the robot and the dragonborn paid for rooms. I see only one of them. You two are neither of them. So either you provide the proof that you are them, or leave now.
King walks up to him and puts his hand on his shoulder and says, "Is there a problem?"
Are you intending to be threatening, or...?
So King is always threatening, but he doesn't attempt to be it. So, yeah, he kind of is.
Yes,
Well,
but no.
if you want to roll intimidation, you can.
Passive intimidation.
Wait, is that your passive intimidation?
14 if it was passive.
The problem
Oh.
is that I'm trying to run a business here.
But sir, why, I see 3 people here. And, well, I don't see the other ones, and the rooms were paid for 3 people. I don't see the problem. You already got the money.
And
King-
there are only the appropriate amount of people here.
King says, "I haven't been here before, but I am hungry, so if there is breakfast to be had, I am willing to pay for it."
You see a slight sweat drip down his brow as he's looking at you. Currently about 3 feet taller than he is. He's about 5'4". And he's like, go prepare meals. As soon as they're done, I expect all of you to be out of my residence. And you see the small gnoll scurry away.
Nods and says, "Appreciated. We'll eat and leave as soon as we can." King looks for where you getting food from. I don't know where you get.
Just take a seat and the food will come to you.
Nods.
This is more or less a wooden building, right?
Wooden with some stone support beams.
Okay.
As I sit in this tiny chair for him, and it slightly starts to creak.
I think you should get ready to cast Mending.
If the chair does look like it's too small to hold his weight, then he'll stand up and stand next to it.
As you kind of like sit down in the chair, it creaks under your weight, but it holds.
Nala is once again a necklace.
All right.
I am kind of going to motion to Nala to come over.
So Nala received a motion to change people. So Nala gets on the table and just moves on to just, you know what? Yeah, she becomes a necklace on the Warforged.
Right.
Yeah.
As you guys are doing this exchange, you see Noel come back, and he has bits of plates on his hands as he sets them on the table and scurries back off.
Did Scraps get it?
Sorry.
Scraps does not get one. You only pay for 3 people to eat, and there are 3 plates.
I'm being robbed.
I told him that if I need to pay for it, I'll pay for food as well.
I don't eat, so...
King probably eats twice as much, so he probably would have to pay for more either way.
So once the kobold is out of earshot, I am whispering to Nala. while you're in squirrel form, do you think you could climb the walls outside and take a peek in the other rooms for the mayor? Just nod your head or shake it.
Nala takes her entire hand, lifts her head up, and like sort of pats the bottom of her head, and then does the equivalent of a shrug.
So I assume I hear you guys talking about this? Who's typing so
You
much?
probably would have seen the squirrel acting weird. She's
him.
on the wrong shoulder, but like you would have seen the squirrel acting weird.
So I hear him talking to the squirrel, basically.
I'll just point to the squirrel and be like, familiar.
So you assume the mayor might be in this inn?
We found evidence that the mayor was at this table last night.
Did you ask the innkeeper?
He wanted a significant bribe for further information. And... yeah.
King says, I'll talk to him. He finishes eating and then lets you guys finish, and he walks over to the innkeeper.
He looks like, you've eaten now, you can go now. Go.
Hold on, I need to ask you some things. Some mayor of some sorts could have been, passing through here. You wouldn't happen to seen them, have you?
I told you, whoever they are, you just draw out. I'm not sure if you're a friend or not, but I told them, if you want that information, it's a 5 gold.
Not really looking for information, we're just trying to figure out if this person's here or not.
They are not here.
So,
I know I might know where they went, but if you want that, you need to pay up.
We have a pretty good idea of where they went if they're not here.
You're not a part of that conversation.
so he just says, like, do you think I would not be able to figure out where...
They're not, like, whispering, are they?
Yeah, you can probably hear us. Like, King's pretty loud when he talks and stuff. He says, do you think this information is valuable?
Depending on how urgently you need to find this mayor.
Well, they're just looking for some sap, it seems like. Doesn't really seem very urgent.
Then, once again, 5 gold. If it was as urgent as they said it was, I would have increased the price.
5 gold is for non-urgent information.
Yes. Again, I'm running a business here. I don't provide handouts.
I mean, they have stayed in your inn and stuff like that. They're customers.
Yes,
How about we
and if
make
they
some
want
kind
more
of...
services, they need to pay more money.
How about we make some kind of deal? How about if we ever come through this way, we stay at your inn? Pay every time. Buy breakfast, lunch, dinner. We have several people, it seems like, so that's several inn or rooms need to be bought.
Roll persuasion.
I want to stay at this inn again. It's kind of a cheapskate.
Out of character, I may also be interpreting some of the values of, like, money. Because it used to be that, like, a ration cost you a copper, and now they cost you 2 silver. So I feel like there's been D&D inflation in 5e.
The only criticism I know about 5e, besides like most of the premises, is that the economy is completely in shambles. I think a chicken costs like a copper, but you could like eat a chicken for a meal.
Which is 2 silver?
Yeah, and like if you had enough chickens, you could pull a wagon.
Okay, so here's a quick thing about it. It's basically, the way I interpret it, it's like a copper piece is $1 equivalent, kind of. Because you can get like 3 apples for a copper. But the idea is certain things in D&D, we have to understand they don't have the proper, like, manpower to do them. Like a weaved basket is actually a skilled thing because there's no, like, factory to weave baskets for us, right? So a ration is a special type of food that holds and stays preserved for a really long time because there's no refrigerator and stuff like that. So preserved food's actually pretty expensive.
Right. But still, they're 2 silver now.
You rolled
it's like $20
perception instead of persuasion.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, it's like, it's basically, $20 then.
Mostly it's just that, like, in the old days, you could live a pretty good lifestyle at decent inns for about 1 silver a day. Full meals, full board, everything.
Like 2 silver now, something like that. There's even like 2 copper. It's 2 less, so it's only a 16. Or what did I roll? 19? So 17.
And you'd ensure that should you be in the area longer, you'd stay at my inn?
Of course. We should be traveling around here trying to find this mare, so I mean...
I may have heard that they were traveling to one of the magma trees, the closest one. Having already gone to one of them that was a bit further south from here. They did leave the moorbounder here, so I would have assumed they would have returned.
So they might be in trouble.
Well, it has been about 3 days since they left.
If that's all the information you know, then that might be enough to help save them. And if either, at the very least, if we save them, that's one more person that might want to stay at your inn.
And
Wait. One more thing then. Who was eating at this table yesterday?
your supposed mayor and 2 accomplices of hers. I assume they were hired muscle.
But you just said the mayor left 3 days, or hasn't been back for 3 days.
Yes.
So how was she eating at the table yesterday?
That was not her meal, that was simply mine. The items that were there that coincidentally seem to not be there anymore was from me and Gold.
Okay. So they
Just a
things for the
slight clarification of the GM, potentially. The only item that was taken off of the table by us was a map. If
Map
there's
is the-
anything else that is... My character's also a squirrel right now and is not saying anything. But if they are talking about anything else, that is important to us players.
Also, King's starting to realize that the group probably hassled this guy a lot, so she's probably like, yeah, we probably should go.
That is an amazing... Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, probably.
And accurate.
Sorry, what? And hacker what?
And accurate.
I mean...
So wait, when we sit down to eat, is the other stuff still on the table then?
No. That
The
stuff was
table
already
got
taken.
cleared at the end of the night, yeah.
Yeah, because the kobold cleared the table last night. So
It wasn't a kobold, it's
or the null.
hyena people.
Yeah, the null.
Yeah, the Noel cleared the table of the food that him and the innkeeper had.
Okay.
It was just the papers that remained there as they just set aside, assuming that the mail had returned.
Okay.
Yeah, King nods and says, well, I thank you for your help, and I'll get these guys out of your hair, I guess. He
Good.
walks over. Says, are you guys done eating?
I am.
Yep.
I was done eating the day I was made.
Are you okay?
So
But I
King,
guess it's okay, because I often have business to attend to during meal times, so.
Alright. Each of you leave. Nala still writing on
Squirrel necklace.
Bye bye now.
Yeah, so as we're like leaving the inn and kind of next to each other now, because King didn't want to talk too much in front of random people. He was like, "Is it just you three?" Because I remember there being a lot more, and the people are still kind of blurry to me.
We have 2 others.
What I'd like to know is why we keep acquiring party members. Like, I'm just
Are
saying.
we
it's
standing
fine.
outside the inn and having this conversation?
I assume we're walking or whatever we're doing.
Other than Ember? Or is Ember the only one who remembers him?
You all remember him.
Okay.
I believe his name.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's kind of weird that it's like we originally had like, you know, like 4 of us all buried in the same tomb, and then extras scattered around.
So King says, based off of
Separated us.
what I've gathered, was that we needed to be put somewhere to be preserved, and we need to be put in this weird goo stuff. If anything, I was gonna say I'm not.
Did you save any of the goo?
What was that?
Did you save any of the goo?
I was actually getting ready to say that. I'm not smart enough to know much about this whole time thing, and never went to fancy school or anything. So I was gonna say, if any of you have, I can take you to meet Thaddeus, and maybe he can clear some stuff up that maybe I couldn't understand.
Who's Thaddeus?
When I awoke, there was a man named Thaddeus in the room. He was, I guess he kept me preserved or something? I don't know.
Kind of looking at Nala? Like, that's new?
The squirrel shrugs. And then nods.
What?
How far was your tomb from here?
Not very far. Through the swamp, like, I guess how long did I travel?
You traveled for about 4, maybe 4.5 hours.
So I'd say about 4.5 hours, I guess. Depends on how fast we go. I traveled through a swamp and a little bit of a very pretty forest, but yeah, it was in a cliffside or a mountainside or something. In a lab? It was in a lab.
Oh, a lab.
Yeah, apparently he found the lab abandoned and took it over to start doing his research there. And he's actually working on the time stuff. He took some samples of my blood to try and see if he can figure it out. I told him I'm willing to help in any way I can to see if he can figure out a way to reverse what happened. Send us back in time and fix what happened, I guess. Me not to leave the continent because of he may need to sin for me. So I figured I need to go back and talk to him anyway, just in case we do find this mare and we need to bring them back to their continent.
Okay, so here's the thing. We've been trailing this mare for a while. This is probably the closest we've been. But at the same time, we've had no other real leads on anything concerning our condition or anything else until now. So do we abandon the quest for the mare to take a short side trip?
So real quick, out of character. So he said that this tree was to the south, correct?
She went to the tree at the south first, and then closest by, which is to the northwest.
And where was the tomb that I came from?
Mm-hmm.
Was that at? What direction?
Let me go ahead and pull up the map for you.
It might be on the way or something, right? We can...
Alright. Oh, that's the world map, not the map. Here we go. Okay. So, you guys are currently... Oh, sorry. You guys are currently here. The tomb that you were awoken from is here.
I'm not seeing anything on the map when you do that.
Pinging.
Oh, right.
And where's the tree? It's to the north as well, right?
The tree is there.
Okay. So he says King says we can travel to the tree and then head to the tomb.
Wait, where was the tomb you were at then?
Green is tree.
Yeah.
Blue. Oh, sorry. I guess red is going to be where the tomb is.
Fine.
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought he said she was headed to the one at the south first.
No, she was at the one at the south first.
Oh, she was there. So we way missed her. So wait, if that's only like 4 hours to the tomb, we're only like 3 hours from the
King says we can go check the tree, and if she's not there, we can look around, and if we can't find her, then we can head to the tomb.
Right. Mostly I'm kind of in the like...
Thaddeus said he's taken up residence in the lab to start his research, so he's probably going to be there for a while.
Right. So, tree first, tomb second?
Seems to make most sense.
Alright. So
Squirrel nod.
So you all leave as you make your way back into the actual city or the town itself of Bogrul. You would all be there. I will just go ahead and shrink down Nala to teeny tiny.
Wow.
Nala's currently on Ike's shoulder.
This place is the one that's expensive?
Yeah, it's kind of a rundown...
Well, you don't know this. You've only been to the actual tavern itself. You haven't been to any of the store, the library, or the general goods store.
Well, you kind of described it as most of it looked a little rundown as we came into
In the
town.
middle of the night.
This was the only one that was fairly well. And now that it's morning, you do see a bit more people walking around. A few people fishing into the swamp, pulling out some catfish. The occasional lamp rat that's fairly small, which they quickly splat with a large mallet.
King, I guess after seeing that, he kind of throws his lampreys in the trash, like, I guess no one eats these.
Wait. Don't throw those away.
Okay, why?
There's a bounty on them. I wonder how much of the body we need, though. I don't want to be carrying rotting lamp-rat for a week.
The bounty at?
Different village.
Says if there are nuisance that they seem to be to have a bounty on them, we'll probably find some more.
That's true. Honestly, it's not heavy enough to really worry about it unless we get them in mass.
No, then he says the person just splatted one with a mallet and just left it there probably, so he's like, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a deal for a bounty.
So, I do want to hit the general goods store on the way out.
Alright, the general goods store would appear to be this one.
Okay. I just want to see if they carry writing supplies.
Alright. So you go ahead and head into the general goods store. Is anyone else going to join him, or are they going to check on the town a bit more?
Being said, I guess. So he's just going to follow whoever for now. Whoever does something, basically, just to check the town. Have people's back, pretty much.
Is anyone else doing anything?
I want to go to the library. That was at least rumored.
Wow, okay. Ember's going to go to the library. The library
Squirrel also looked at you weird when you said that.
I don't know. I kind of get bored on when we're just out and about.
The library would
something
be
to read.
this building.
So if you right-click on Nala's token and put to the front layer, or to the front, she'll be above the tokens. She's not hiding behind everyone.
It's fine.
Alright. So let's go ahead and start with scraps first.
I'm just wanting to look for writing supplies.
Alright, let me just go ahead and do You walk in, you see a bit of goodies behind this little desk, and you see like their items are kind of behind a little almost mesh kind of screen available for display, but not for touching so much. So you see a rather thin
firearms here, but I'm
see
guessing they probably won't.
You see a thin woman sitting at the counter. She appears to be a halfling, as she's basically having the stool on top of another stool just so she can be at the desk level, wearing very thick glasses, about the size of 2 fingers. She looks up. Hi. You are pretty shiny. And you are quite tallly.
She says, "Greetings, little one."
Oh, right. Store. What can I help you?
I'm looking for writing supplies, preferably full blank books.
Well, if you're looking for books, the library would be the best bet, to be honest. I think I might have some ink and quills available.
How about
Hard typing.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I could look around. Is there anything that you would like, tall, giant person, man?
Well, we are going to take an expedition to the trees. I haven't really packed anything in the last few years, so I might need to get some stuff just in case. Do you have anything you recommend?
Well, they have a couple of star wheels, grappling hooks, some clothes, packs, fishing rods.
How much are star wheels?
Star wheels, they would be about 1 second. And you see as she reaches underneath the table and she pulls out a little book with a bunch of numbers in it. Sorry, I'm basically just watching the store for a friend. Alright, here we go. Star wheels, they are 2 gold per star wheel and 3 silver for a pack of 10 ammunition.
It's a star wheel.
Oh, it's like a little thing that just shoots out pellets of metal.
Huh.
It's odd. I can't really use it myself. They're quite big for my little hands.
2 gold, you said, and how much for 10 shots?
5 silver.
5
Yeah,
silver.
5.
If that's the case, then maybe they'll be too small for mine.
I mean, I'm
That's
sure if you find the guy that makes these, you can get one custom made.
That's fine.
Get those big old hands of yours. Goodness, I could fit in that entire hand. Jeez.
Smiles at her. I prefer to get up close and personal when fighting. Anything as I flirt with this NPC.
Alright.
You know what? I'll take a star wheel and 100 shot.
100 shot. Oh, okay. Do you have the gold and silver?
Yes. That should be 7, right?
Checking the math.
7 gold, so you're expecting it to be 5 gold worth for, so it'd be 10 for 50 silver, which is 5 gold. So yeah, that math checks out just off the top of my head.
Alright, yeah. Now, let me just go ahead and take the gold and I'll get it for you. You also need a book and writing utensil, right?
Preferably, I have quills and inks. I'm looking for pencils specifically.
Okay, pencils. And you need anything? Need any equipment? Tools?
This is perhaps a bag, rations, water scale.
Alright, that would be a silver. At least one silver. So a bag of rations, also like the ammo. It'll be also 10 silver for a bag of 10 rations.
Yeah, so, and a water skin, I guess, will be 8. So, yeah, I guess that'll work out. So, yeah, so that'll be like a silver, or 1 gold, 9 silver. So he just gives her 2 gold.
Alright. So she takes that and she hops off the first stool, and then hops off the second stool, and then to the back, and you see her gathering everything up in her arms. And as you see her approach up, she basically needs to go on her tiptoes just to place it on top of the counter before going back on the stools.
King smiles at that.
Alright, there you go. There's your star wheel, the 100 ammo for it, the pencils, and your rations.
Did you have any blank books?
I looked. I do not have any blank books. I am really sorry.
How much for the pencils?
The pencils, those would be, those are 3 pencils, so I would say that will be one copper.
Okay.
King thanks and says, the name's King. And he puts out a hand to shake hers.
She carefully reaches over, and basically her entire hand can only grasp barely your finger.
Yeah, he shakes it.
Alright, so you all have those now. You have the star wheel. Let me go ahead and put that info into your journal. To do star wheel, edit in Kevin's journal. There you go. Alright.
There we go.
As that's going on, at the library, you see that the front has a sign called the Bookworm. The worm part spelled incorrectly. Spelled W-U-R-M.
Spelled how?
W-U-R-M. So it's book W, like, nice, type it down. Like that.
Huh. I sure hope that's out of irony.
Alright.
Enter.
You walk in. You met with the overwhelming smell of paper. And you see a rather old guy, but rather colorful clothes. Long beard and a bald spot that is only matched by mutton chop hair. Look up, and it's like, hello!
Hello.
If
How
you're
are
going to
you?
lay on fire, I would ask you try not to burn anything down.
My pillow doesn't set on fire. I don't think your books will.
If you say so, but if you burn anything, you will be charged heavily.
I'll
It's
try
very
not to
hard
burn
to-
anything down. Well, I'm just going to browse your selection then.
All right. Right, so you go ahead and look at all the books available. What are you going to look for? Anything specific, or?
A difference.
Hi.
Quick question. Can you read Common?
Well, you do, so I do.
I can read Common. Yes. But if you did, would that be cool? That would be pretty cool if you could read it, right? Can you?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're wearing me, so since you know Common, that means I know Common. But I also know Common even without that. So I mean, it's kind of works both ways.
I can speak Common.
I mean, you're doing it right now.
I wonder if they have any books in Primordial. Starts looking around for that.
Roll investigation.
Now roll insight. Like, about that interaction.
Investigation.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll insight.
All right. So, what are you trying to insight on?
Whether or not Ember can read common.
He can. He can.
Yeah, the squirrel's wide-eyed looking at you.
Looking around, it takes you a bit, but as you get to this little nook over here, you find more of the older books that do appear to be in primordial. A lot of them just seem to be novellas, some adventure stories, some research notes, and the occasional romance.
What to pick, difference? What to pick?
I don't know. What did you read?
I don't know. You're reading it too.
That's true. Oh, what if we have one of each?
Huh? Sure. What do you want to read?
I want to read one about an adventure. And there's been a lot of adventures that happened without us. I mean, that means there's got to be something good, right?
I sure hope so.
All right.
In any case, they're successful adventures if someone was able to tell a tale about them. Could be fun.
Yeah. And one romance book in case we want to have cuteness.
Yeah. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, take this one. And he picks out a random romance book.
All right.
What is the book?
The gayest thing you could have picked.
The book seems to be about a tale of a furbolg falling in love with a young human, and they have to go and try and persuade their families that they should be together, despite their families not really agreeing with the relationship you two are having. Thinking that furbolg should be with furbolg and human should be with human.
How does this sound, difference?
It sounds good. I like it.
All right, then. Eeny, miny, random adventure story.
All right. The adventure story seems to be about a pair of 6 adventurers going into a frost dragon's cavern to try and gain some ice mithril.
Ooh. This could be fun. I think that's it.
All right. Let's do it.
Just gonna go over here, plop the books on the counter.
All right. He looks at them as he looks over the corners and everything, make sure they're not burnt. All right, these 2 books, that will be 2 gold each.
Huh. All right. As he forks over 4 gold.
Thank you. And I hope you do enjoy that.
Thank you. You too. Damn it. I'm just gonna walk out. I took the books with me as well.
I would hope so.
Did I just say you too?
The squirrel nods.
I'm never going back there again. It's the only way to preserve my dignity.
Or is it a bookstore? Well, you said it was a library, but he just bought books.
Yeah, you can buy books from a library too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's like a public funding for it, it has to be privatized. It's just what a privatized library looks like.
And I think in older D&D games, like, you buy all the books, like you don't rent them, because unless you're in like a super fancy town, right?
Most libraries don't just sell their books, especially a medieval library. Most of them didn't even lend books. You go in there and do
Silver
your
is supposed to be like a day's. Is that like a week's wage even? Like for 2 gold each, that's a pretty hefty sum in any realistic sense.
I think books are like 50 gold each though in D&D. So, but I mean, pretty expensive because like people have to handwrite those books, right?
This is smut.
I'm shocked that this village even had a bookstore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a pretty small one.
Wait, they probably have the printing press. I mean, they have firearms. Why don't they have the printing press?
I guess, maybe.
Well, in any case,
Wild Shape lasts for like an hour, or does it last for 10 minutes?
What's that?
I'm trying to remember how long Wild Shape lasts.
It lasts for 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. So yeah, just squirrel on shoulder.
Alright. So as the party reconvenes, having left Firn alone on his own. As he's just standing there like,
I was eating.
So the party reconvenes.
Actual, but
Sorry, what did Firn do?
Firn stood there because I was eating and I didn't realize you were splitting the party.
It's fine. You were just lying down, grieving the loss of all the lamp rats.
I guess.
I don't think that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
So King walks up to you and says, I haven't heard you talk much. Are you okay?
I don't usually talk much. Spend a lot of time alone. Don't see much point in talking.
He's no longer the tallest person in the party.
And also I am less than inclined to talk to some of these people.
Why is that?
I feel like you just heard why.
Looks around like because of lamp rats?
No, King. Anyway, we should go and do things, probably.
He nods.
Think we were looking for the mayor? I guess. Maybe.
Nods.
Yeah. So, into the swamp!
Alright.
I'm guessing there's not really a clear path between us and the tree, but...
No, it's not. A lot of the path that you're currently walking on as you make your way through the swampland is very much more watery and marsh-like. You need to trek through some mud instead of dry patches more often than not. As you push on through and make your way deeper and deeper into the swamp. I am going to need the marching order for all of you.
Unless there's some reason, King always takes the front to be the first one to, I guess, find the danger.
I will be in the rear.
Alright, so King is in the front. Who's after King?
Me.
Ember.
So Nala's going to be marching next to Ember after she leaves Wild Shape.
Yeah, at some point you see the squirrel jump off of you and midway through falling down just transforms back into the dragon.
And then she's flying straight after because she knows about the mud, so she's not getting dirty. So,
and
like, a little bit higher than... Unless the canopy's in the way, then she just doesn't...
So there's a bit of canopy, but there's a bit of breath to it as you can just fly just gently a little bit above the mud.
Yeah, she does that. Like, I guess...
So it's Ember, so it's King, Ember, Nala, Firn. Are you going to be at the very end, or is it going to be Scrapped?
I mean, S.C.R.A.P.S already said he'd be in the back, so...
Alright, and then Scrapped.
If we ever get to a point where we like make a camp for like a rest, or if King ever gets next to anyone that's not Firn, he would want to ask about what's wrong with Firn because he didn't pick up on what they were saying. So instead of pushing to keep asking of them because in case something's wrong, He just wants to bring it up with someone else just in case.
All right. So I will say, as you guys are walking through, you have an opportunity to talk to Ember about Firn.
So King walk over at Ember. What's with Firn?
Like behavior-wise?
Said he wasn't inclined to talk to you, or you get some of you guys. I asked why. He said I heard, but I don't exactly think I did, or maybe I just misunderstood.
Oh, is that about how he's not the one that asks questions? From the conversation at the table?
Just now I asked him that.
No, I mean, like, is that what Firn was referring to, potentially?
It's literally just about the fact that, like, Scraps made a joke about, like, Firn not being the tallest anymore.
No, we're gonna make a big deal out of this. There is no brevity.
Yeah, like, because King's like, he was the king of his people, and he likes to solve problems before they become big things. So he was like, if we're supposed to be allies that, like, have to have each other's back, he was concerned about, like, your attitude towards the group. So he wants to know if there was something wrong to see if he can fix it. But he's like, did something happen? And they're like, I don't know. He's just weird.
Well, I guess there is a few things that happen that would make Firn less inclined to talk to me.
Like what?
Well, I did go into a tomb dedicated to Anubis and anger Anubis, and I think Anubis just is still mad at me.
I'm assuming this Anubis is some sort of god. Is it Firn's god?
God of death.
Is this Firn's god?
Nope. It just never really sat right with everyone that I did that. But Leaf has a cool weapon out of it, so I mean, I guess there was some pros that came out of it. I also tend to do my own thing every now and then.
With her too, doesn't she?
Huh?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, out of character. I just remembered Leaf has the dagger in her corset thing, and I was wanting to take a closer look at that.
So you're literally just rummaging through Leaf's excess. Oh no, she put all of her stuff in her corset.
Her corset.
Yep,
That's
and
what I'm
then-
saying. It's not with her gear.
Yeah. Well, she literally just put everything she could into her corset, I thought.
Yeah,
That's what you
pretty
did.
much.
King says, well, that's between you and that god you angered. I don't think it should be anyone else. Now, if it was their god you angered, then maybe they should have a problem.
That's what
Nala raises her hand.
I like him.
Yeah, I do too.
Death's actually very important to my religion. You're good, though, Ember. You're good.
Oh.
How did you anger him? Did you desecrate his tomb? Did you insult him?
Yes.
Well,
Desecrated a statue to get into a part of the tomb that we didn't deserve to get into.
I say that
You broke off an arm from a statue to Anubis.
there should have been better security. That's what I think. If there shouldn't have been a crowbar-like object near a door.
That was a sword attached to it. It was a stone. It was part of the statue. A lever is sort of like, or an arm is sort of like a lever if you think about it. Would you have ripped off an arm if it looked like a lever to you?
Because usually, you don't need guards for gods' tombs. Usually people just don't desecrate them unless they're grave robbers or tomb robbers of sorts.
Oh yeah, also a clarification. It was a tomb of Kronos, like one of the bits of Kronos that got chopped off by Big Bad. But it was just a statue to Anubis within the tomb to Kronos. If that makes sense.
That's interesting. How would a god be in the tomb of another? I don't know. So King's
Well,
like,
because
that's
Kronos is dead and chopped up into many bones. So I think it was just a reverence to the fact that Kronos is in fact dead now.
okay. It was the idea of Anubis is guarding his tomb because he's dead, pretty much. Yeah, King is, okay, a reference to another god. Okay. He says, like, yeah, my people have our own gods, but we don't have names for them, usually. For them as the gods, but yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Here are people a little bit more, subservient to their gods, it seems like. So than making, deals with them.
That's the wrong button.
Alright. So you've all been walking for a fair bit. In order, I need you all to roll perception. Starting with King, then Ember, then Nala, then Firn, then S.C.R.A.P.S.
Okay.
Alright, 25, 18, 16.
Firn.
I'm getting there.
Scraps, get ready.
Perception, you said?
Perception. Alright.
Oh,
Okay.
Elmone's such a nice name.
So, as the three of you are talking, King, Ember, and Nala, since you are all at the front of the pack, you are the first to see the glowing orange that's far a bit in the distance at tree level. As you start to approach, you do see that its leaves are bright orange. Its bark basically looks like it's almost oozing actual magma. And all around it, you see quite a few lamprats amongst each other.
He already
These
has
things
his
again.
sword out, but he's like, you guys know anything about these lamprats? I've seen them before, but, like, their interactions with this tree.
They absorb lightning if you shoot lightning at them.
And they suck your blood.
It would be here.
They,
Bottom right, got it. I'm loving this new teleport function. We
And-
need to go one more space diagonally up, I think, yeah.
Yeah, make sure you guys are in order. You don't have to be necessarily in a straight line, but just like this.
So something like...
You'd be like this, this. There.
Yeah, fair.
It can be like that. It can be like any of that. It just needs to be, in the order as you have walked.
I may have messed up.
Are you on a different corner?
My token wasn't dragging from the sheet, so I refreshed, but I forgot that it may take a while for this game for me to get back in.
Oof.
If you want, I can put your token down.
That's fine.
Alright.
Oh yeah, the lamprats also have a problem with thunder, I think.
You've seen them...
Wait, Scraps, was it just Ember's pet that had a problem with thunder? Like it absorbed it, or was that also...
No, the lamprats also absorbed.
Oh, okay.
We don't know on the thunder, because we never used a thunder attack on a lamprat.
Okay.
Yes, you did. You did. No,
We used
you
a
did.
lightning attack.
No. Oh.
He's the only one that has...
I
Wait, did I? I might have actually used thunder.
I thought you were
Well-
lightning at him.
You know what? This might actually be before we met you, Scraps. Okay.
Where you
So it looks like we need to get closer to the tree. In order to get closer to the tree, we have to fight off the rats.
King says, you've seen some of these trees before, correct?
We saw a crater where a tree used to be.
Okay, so you have no idea
Right.
what this interaction is.
Sorry, what?
You have no idea what this interaction is with these rats in that tree, then.
I mean, considering that people said that the rats sort of showed up one day, I'm gonna guess bad things for the tree.
I have a personal theory that the rats and the barks are related.
Shocks.
We've never heard them called that. They're barks.
Okay, before we get smoked, Have you... Before we get smoked, please don't.
I will say, also, no, I'm just going to say that you aren't flying right now. You're just basically at level, just slightly above the...
Okay, but I'm using my fly speed.
Okay. So I'm just letting you know.
The point is, I have a theory that since both of them seem to be mergings of two creatures, they might be made through magic, either intentionally or otherwise, and that might have to do with their elemental nature. But I don't know that any of us these trees.
Can I see that hacking chonker up there?
Looking up, you do see quite a larger lamp rat amongst them.
Oh, that's a big one. I love him.
No.
No.
Ooh.
Look, I was willing to accept a bat shark thing, but we are not taking home a lamp rat.
He's so big and he's fluffy.
Wants to eat your flesh.
Yes, but animals can be trained.
No, they could be. Are you proficient with training animals?
No. The last time I tried it didn't work out.
We usually start with something easier to train, like a cat or a dog.
Instead of trying to train something to go against its base nature, wherein it desires to eat you.
Well, it's hard to assume its base nature when it's in itself unnatural.
Why don't we try to find you a nice, big, fat, fluffy cat?
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. I've been studying for this a while, but maybe I can make that giant cactus into a catkiss. I have no idea how to do it right now, but I am really excited by the prospect.
King says, do we even need to kill these things? I mean, the purpose was to look for this mare, and we don't see it here, so should we leave?
Does it look like there's any, general lumps at the base of the tree? Or any signs of fighting, maybe?
Roll investigation. Or Russian... Yeah, investigation.
King also would like to say, hey, why don't we look around for tracks first to see if there's anyone that came to or from this tree before we start
While you're
engaging.
saying that, I was pretty confident that nothing arrived in this area. It was a dead end.
I'll roll, I guess, survival for tracks.
Yeah.
Only an 8. Roll the 2.
The heavy marshland basically does not give you any indication that there are any tracks or anything really in this area.
Yeah, King's like, I'm not very proficient with this. I'm used to mountain areas.
It's like, shouldn't Firn be our tracker here? Aren't you a ranger?
I don't know. It doesn't look like there's anything over here.
Yeah, King says, I'm used to mountainy areas and stuff, not really swamps. So, yeah.
I'm used to swamps. It doesn't look like anything's wrong.
Well, we don't see anything, then.
Yeah, maybe the mayor, couldn't find the area? Just set up camp somewhere nearby?
Possibly.
So King looks at the rest of the group like...
3 days ago, for this tree that was
Maybe we should just...
4-hour trip.
Maybe we should, wander around the tree a little bit. 10 or so minutes away, and then look for more rider prints, maybe?
Remember, she left her moorbounder at the inn. I actually feeling it.
She also had 2 thugs.
Right.
Looking for 3 sets of tracks, if anyone else sees them.
Okay, so we're looking for tracks then, I guess? Sounds fake, but okay.
Tracks or any kind of sign of...
No, I know. Sounds... Yeah, sure, I'll find tracks when there's obviously nothing going on over here.
So now I was going to look for tracks. S.C.R.A.P.S is going to look for traps. Anyone else? Or tracks. Anyone else? Firn? Ember?
Ember is going to Ember is going to also look for tracks.
All right. So, you three go ahead and roll survival, or one we can roll it 3 times.
Survival.
Hey, can you guys not hear me or?
No.
We can't
Yeah,
now. We haven't been able to for a while here.
Okay, well, I said that I would also look for tracks.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you at all.
Okay, well, I'm also looking for tracks. What am I rolling?
Survival.
Okay.
All right. While you're all discussing this, Ember, you do see some tracks, as well as 2 bodies near the base of the tree, basically completely drained of any fluid of their body. It looks like they're just completely gray and no real, well, blood inside of them anymore. But you also notice one person, looks like they are either unconscious or barely alive, in the tree itself, and she appears to be a tiefling.
Okay,
Oh my god. Oh, guys.
What is it, Ember?
Mayor in tree. Everyone
Wait,
else
what?
is dead. The mayor is. Look where I'm pointing. See that right there, right over there.
That's a
That is the mayor. The
That's a
tiefling
tree.
woman.
Combat. I need to run you to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
That is a tree.
I assume when he points it out, King looks and sees the woman in the tree.
Yes, as you point out, you do see the woman in the tree.
So King looks back at everyone and says, "Do you guys have any problems with killing these rats?"
Particularly?
I personally wouldn't want their demise, but if it comes to that, I have to sort of choose the mayor over
If we
Lamprat.
can, if we can knock them out, save the mayor, then leave them, and they'll be fine.
I would like to point out, Ember, about 3 days ago, you very much wanted to kill lamprats.
I
And that was the
don't.
last day you were conscious, too.
I
Can you carry the mayor, do you think?
You're asking King because King can carry a lot of things.
No,
I don't know what that.
I said, Nala, can you carry the mayor?
I mean, do lamprats have a long-ranged attack? You know, that's actually a dumb question. Does it look like there's a path? Well, okay, first of all, I still have no idea where the mayor is. I just see a tree when I look at the tree. So, like,
You don't see
I
it?
don't know where you guys are pointing.
You don't see it?
Okay, so,
no,
like,
it's-
out of character, I
Yeah.
see it, but I'm
Okay.
extrapolating the natural one.
Natural one,
earlier.
yeah.
She's just not getting past that.
You're
So,
just
like-
gonna have to believe me.
Well,
Yeah, like, I don't understand a clear path to something I can't see.
that was an investigation, so you didn't piece anything together. But I mean, you still can roll a perception to see if you see them.
I mean, should I roll perception?
You can.
Okay,
Especially with him pointing it out, you have new information. So
fair enough.
It takes a little bit, but you do see her almost not camouflage within the tree.
Oh, yeah.
And she is not
Okay.
looking that great.
Yeah, is there a clear path if Nala just tried to fly straight there? Or would the branches be too thick?
The branches are a bit thick, but you could attempt to fly in there.
Okay, does it look like she'd have to get, like, within 10 feet of a lamprат? Just
No,
for-
all the lamprats are currently on the ground. She is fairly high up in the tree.
Okay. Okay, I can
But
get
you
to the
know-
tree, and I can climb up and try to get her out of there. But I might need someone to help me get out of there, because sometimes I have problems carrying people.
yeah, King says if you're strong enough to carry someone, then I guess that's our best move. But if you're not sure, and the lamprats might follow you either way.
I can carry someone. I've done it several times in the past. I just have a tendency of either dropping with them if I'm unlucky. If that makes sense.
That
But
doesn't.
this should be what we try first, yeah.
Doesn't seem very safe.
I know how to stop a fall, but honestly, I also can give first aid, so
No,
I
not
should probably just go there right now.
saying safe if you fall, then the lamp rats surround you.
Yeah, that would be bad. Please come get me if that's what happens.
Yeah, King says if we rather, I can charge in while you fly in there and can defend while.
Right, before all this starts, I'm going to go to the bathroom so everyone talk more of a game plan, and I will be back.
So, ideally, we don't kill the lamp rats. Nala flies in, grabs the mayor, flies out. Unideally, she has to, cast spiked growth on the ground until she can, actually fly away.
He says here's the problem. So, if we stay close nearby, so we can rush in to save you, that means we're nearby the tree, somewhat. Like let's say where we are right now. That means if the lamp rats follow you as you're flying away, they're gonna run into us.
Yes.
So if we stay really far away, so they don't run into us, we can't rush up to save you.
Yes.
I was saying just take a safer route, but we have to fight them. But we don't have to kill them if you have a problem killing them. We can just knock them out, save the mayor, leave, and then they'll wake up eventually within a couple of hours.
I mean, personally, I'm not against murdering the rats. They're kind of gross, insofar as natural creatures go. But, and beyond which, if we murder a few, then the others will likely feed on their carcass, continue the circle of life and all that.
Which is why we should burn the corpses.
There's potentially that fat one over there. We can take that one out and then use it to scare the others, potentially. I don't know how intelligent these creatures are.
Not.
They are not.
I mean, the last time we ran into them, was it 8 of them just trying to eat one person that wandered off? Not saying names?
It was Ember.
Either way, if we kill the fat one and then make ourselves look intimidating and opposing, they may not keep fighting. Maybe they'll flee.
I don't know. Their whole purpose is really just to kill.
You've seen them eat each other before?
Eat each other? Well, I don't think they're cannibalistic. I just think their whole business is just to feed and reproduce.
One said
Seems to
maybe
be really the only thing they're good at.
one mentioned about them attack.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So here's what doesn't seem safe if you do fall. Either way, without us.
I mean, I have a spell to stop a fall.
But he's
so
not
we
concerned
won't
about you
die.
falling to hit the ground. He's concerned about you, as they chase you away, you slowly glide down into a pile of rats, basically.
My thought was we would cause a distraction to draw the rats away while Nala flies to the tree.
That's the.
That would work too.
That's right. He said I was gonna.
Impossible.
King said he would charge into the fat one and while you fly away potentially, so he'll take the attacks. The idea is we're gonna have to fight them in that way.
By the armor and massive sword, is the massive sword actually canon, or did that just come with the picture? Out of
Canon?
character?
No. I find art and then make a character around the art. So yeah, everything about the art is what he. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm assuming you can handle yourself in a fight. Good.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a plan.
Yeah.
And that's the plan.
If we spike growth the ground and attract them towards us, they will go through the spikes and wound themselves, and therefore we'll be able to deal with them more easily while Nala fetches the tiefling.
So-
It doesn't seem like they're really perceptive to intimidation tactics, as well. The last time we dealt with them, we were dealing with them quite well, and they were just kind of walking over their partner's bodies, and they kept trying to bite me. So with all due respect, I think that it's simpler just to treat them as non-intelligent animals.
Even non-intelligent animals, you can technically still understand certain things, but if they're even less than that. But like I said, we still can always just try. So, Nala, you can fly in through this way. We can make our way to the top where the bigger one is, lure them to the other side through spike growth, as you say, and then I'll hold them off.
It's a spell I know that will make the ground very angry against people and animals that walk on top of it.
So yeah, so he was saying we can stand here. You can fly in, and they'll run this way. Hopefully the leader, the big one, we can lure over and fight that one. Once we take out the big one, try to scare them.
It might be better to cast the spell down here. It doesn't look like they would recognize it if I did that down here.
So you're gonna cast the brambles there?
Is it possible for all of you to stand maybe on this patch of dry ground?
Well, I thought, one, they're not very smart, but two, if you cast it in the water here, they might not even see it as they approach us on this little island.
If they don't look at it, they won't see it. By which I mean, like, if they don't see me cast it, they won't notice.
Okay.
Does that spell leave something behind that they then have to walk on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's angry dirt.
But I'm saying, is it like hidden where like they walk on it and then it springs up, or
it looks natural when it forms?
Okay.
So unless you see it form, you have no idea it's there.
Even if they saw the spell animals, so they probably aren't smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah. What King was saying.
I mean, sorry, what will King say?
Not smart enough to figure it out anyway, because you were saying how unintelligent they are.
I'm gonna go with King.
He's just gonna stand in directly the path that you said you want to put it, and hope that he doesn't step in it.
I will stand here on this island.
What does Firn do?
What's everybody else doing right now?
So they're standing like this from the mayor.
Okay.
So they're expecting the rats to like want to run this direction.
I guess I'll join Scraps up on this thing. This is a rock, I think.
Mostly, I'm just kind of thinking, is it a good idea to be in the water? It's going to be difficult to move quickly if you need to.
So the area you're currently at, Firn and Scraps, is more of an elevated earth area, so it's gotten less water, so it's just dirt.
Right.
Deep is
I'm
the water?
saying where King and Ember is, though, that's water, isn't it?
That is water, yes.
Is it deep enough to be difficult terrain or no?
Not right where you're at, although right where Ember is, yes, that is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Let me see what the mobile feat does again.
That's only if you're sprinting, I believe.
But it gives you 10 movement, extra movement, and when you punch someone, you don't take opportunity attacks from them for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, but I think you also can ignore difficult terrain if you're sprinting. And I think that's the thing that Ike's trying to remember.
Yeah.
So, when you use the dash action, difficult terrain doesn't cost you extra movement on that turn.
How deep is the water?
How what?
How deep is the water? Like, is it enough that the lamp rats would be able to swim or be under it as they came at us?
Yeah, it's about 1.5 feet. So the lamp rats, the small ones, could easily swim through there. The biggest difficulty is the mud below, as it's very hard to pull your feet out sometimes.
Right.
Especially where Ember is at right now.
King would kill himself to be in front of everyone so they can't just run to them and try to be the front tank type person.
Okay.
Nulla's gonna cast Spike Growth at 2nd level. It's a 20-foot radius centered on a point. So it's going to be this point in a 20-foot radius. I recently got corrected on what a 20-foot radius is, so I did that incorrectly last time. So it's literally Jeez, that's massive. Yeah. So it's that. Oh
You
no,
did
that's
20-foot
that is a
diameter
square.
last time, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a 20-foot by 20-foot patch, like in a square. So I did that incorrect.
Yeah, it's
But
4
if you can,
bigger. Or 4 times as big, I should say.
How big is it?
it's a 20-foot radius. Yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
But it's a 20-foot radius, so it's just a circle
20-foot radius on a point or 20-foot radius on a square?
on a point. Yeah, and that's the point that she did it. So that's all spike growth.
All right.
If we're wanting to make sure the rest of them come through, I'll stand kind of more on the edge here.
It's a concentration spell, and these 2 lamp rats would know that something happened on the ground. Oh, thank you. That's a much better circle. But I think it's like slightly to the bottom left.
I grab it.
Perfect, yeah.
All right. So these 2 lamp rats notice that the ground suddenly
3.
changed as they let out a little, and the lamp rats take alert as they look.
If you
What is it to see?
So using the shape, the draw shape or whatever, if you hold shift, it snaps to the grid, and if you hold alt, it makes a circle. So shift alt makes a perfect circle to snap to the grid.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Alright, so
Nala's 10 feet in the air, and she's going to start moving towards the mayor.
alright, as you do that, I'm just going to go ahead and...
As they start moving or flying there, I'm going to cast a couple of things on the big lamp rat.
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
My spell save DC is 13. And if the lamp rat was in range of spike growth at the time, they automatically know it.
Does spike growth do?
But if they were looking at it too, like this lamp rat, then they would notice immediately.
Oh, then the first 2 don't count.
These 2 notice. These 2 would notice, definitely. This one's not looking, not looking. Maybe an argument that it's looking.
Alright, so about half of them notice the ground's now weird.
Yeah. It just depends, though.
Yeah. Alright.
It occurs to me if you'd centered it around the tree, you might have just had them all in the area of effect.
Shh.
Alright. So they notice that the ground's wrong, and the big one sees you, and it goes... And they all become alerted of your presence. I need everyone to roll initiative.
I just need to see the graph. Graph.
Fail.
3!
Crit fails.
It's a full 0.2.
What?
Oh, sorry.
I just add my dex modifier to it to break ties just in case. Even though it's not how you're supposed to do it.
The turn order normally does it for you.
Well, the turn order usually just does random. 2 people have the same number, they just puts it in random.
So hey, does 5e have the refocus action?
What's that?
In 3rd edition, if you did refocus, you basically don't go for a round, but now you've rolled a 20 for your initiative.
No, it doesn't have.
Ah.
I have ways to increase your initiative, though.
I mean, you can take the alert feed.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's start us off. Firn, you start us off. What do you do?
Remind me, like, am I able to like shoot this rat right here? This.
Do ya?
Being
So
the-
the longbow range is 150, which means that if it's within 150 and you have a clear shot, you do not take penalties to firing, and it is possible.
Great. I'm gonna try and shoot that rat.
Which one? This one?
The one that is theoretically nearest to me. That one, yes.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit.
Oh, started off strong. He has killed so many things with this bow, by the way.
All right, go ahead and do the damage. Okay, so basically, you just shoot this lamprey through the mouth as it's still on the arrow as it's going by and just sticks into the tree. You just made a lamprey bob.
Okay, that's a little funny.
I wouldn't say funny.
I mean, it's a little funny.
Haha, kebab.
Oh.
Unfortunately, what makes the trees explode is being shot by arrows.
Oh no.
Everyone roll new characters.
Very quickly.
Okay, to be fair, you guys are out of the crater zone.
The fact that it left a crater that big, though, means it. I mean, remember how far
could
trees
live.
were knocked back?
But you could live.
But
You
did you
have a
die?
chance in hell. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You
Fucking
do anything
all
else?
over again.
You can move and have a bonus action.
Anything?
No, I'm good where I'm at.
All right. It is now this lamprat's turn. This lamprat is in the thick of it and knows that the area is bad. But despite it, is going to try and get out of the area.
Okay, every 5 feet is 2d4 piercing damage.
All right, so it goes 1, and then that's it.
So it's only 2d4 piercing damage?
So let me go ahead. So it gets scratched up, but it manages to get out on the other side.
It was very careful.
And let me just...
You even did the same thing. Jeez. Did you see that I rolled 2d4 for that?
I did not. So it goes
Okay.
this,
Yeah, we rolled the exact same thing.
it's going to just
It's
move.
also difficult terrain, so if it has 30 movement, I guess it would only move 25.
So it
Cause
goes right here.
yeah.
All right. The big one's turn. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, is that big? Yeah, big boy.
So the lamprat sees you, and this one is also aware that the area in front of it is bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it is going to whoop, whoop, whoop.
He's trying to yell at them to come towards him. We're
And
holding a
it makes
distraction.
that screeching noise. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You are found. Basically, it just reaches at you, just like, shut the fuck up.
Just flips the bird. Keeps moving.
All right, it is now. This one's wait. I just make sure. Okay, you were in range. All right. So it's now this one's turn.
Unless it rolled perception, I don't think this one would know. Oh, it's this one? Yeah, unless it rolled perception, I don't think that one would know.
You're correct. It does not know. It is going to go here, and it's basically going to stand right there looking. You're about eye to eye, so if it attempted to jump at you, it would.
I put the wings on because she's actually 10 feet in the air right now.
Yeah, and this lip is about close to 10, maybe 9 feet.
Oh, so it's not just like above the water. It's like
No, this is on water. This is on water level. You see the cliff here? This is
okay.
raised up. So the area here is a slope.
Yeah, okay. Nala's about to get hit then. Okay.
Yep. So it's going to jump at you and attempt to latch onto you mid-air. If it does this, it would be impressive. Nope. It physically...
It's actually very impressive. My AC is only 8, so...
Speaking of, it's your turn. You just saw the lamprat jump at you and just basically lemming itself into the water.
How is your AC 8?
yeah. What
Because
the
I made a joke. But yeah, how much do I have to fly up in order to be level? Or I guess, how much do I have to fly up in order to be at the bottom of the branches for the tree?
At the bottom of the branches of the tree? So the tree itself is pretty large. Like, it has some... Like, it needs to go at the very least 15 feet up just to reach a decent branch. But the tree itself is slightly curved. So it kind of gives, like, a bit of a lip for a moment. And that's how you assume the tiefling got there. That you managed to climb up. So you need to go 15 feet up just to be at the bottom of the branches.
She's now 25 feet in the air.
Alright.
And...
Let me just go ahead and just type this down. 25 feet in the air.
Yep.
There. You see that?
She's also going to cast... what's the spell? Chill Touch. That's got long range. Yeah, Chill Touch. That's going to be on the... That's going to be cast on the big one. Just send a fuck you skeletal hand on the big one.
Alright, so you send a large Mama Gigante spooky hand, or a spooky hand at the Mama Gigante. And as it approaches, you see she just slaps it with her tadpole-like tail as it just splashes into the water.
Next person. Or rat. It's a rat.
It's a rat! Alright, this one is here. This one is also aware of it since it's right at it.
The rat that makes all of the rules.
So the rat's going to jump off, and head this way.
Does it have a slower swim speed?
It does not.
Okay, well, if the swim speed's larger, then it would move its full swim speed because of the way movement speed works.
Oh, so then
If
it
it's
would...
the same, then it's the same.
Yeah, it'll be there then. Okay. Are you alright, Ember? You kind of laughed a bit.
I love the noises.
just angry birds.
Don't make us feel bad for fighting the pure filth and anger.
Alright, so this Lamprat's just fucking dead. Oh wait, I think I clicked the wrong one.
That makes all of the rules.
So that one... Which one is not hit? So there's that one, that one, that one.
The next one up is this rat, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that's currently available is the one that has the X on it, so it needs to be removed from the turn order.
Yeah, I think I exited out the wrong one. Okay, so it did. Okay, so I accidentally exited the wrong one, so I'm just going to swap this one with this one. This one's one that's dead now.
Yeah, okay.
Because I accidentally deleted the wrong token. Or the wrong
enough.
character thing. Alright, so it's this one's turn. This one is not aware that there is a danger circle. And it's going to...
Okay, it's difficult terrain starting here.
So it basically stopped here.
Yeah, it would stop here, and then I guess 2d4 damage, then it runs away.
Unless it gets killed by this. Let us see.
2d4 damage. I rolled 5.
Alright. So as it runs through, you just see it gets slashed up, and it just plops dead. Right in front of this guy, so this one's also aware of it now.
Oh yeah, wouldn't it... Oh, it was looking at the place where Nala cast it, but wouldn't it also take damage leaving the circle, too?
Yeah.
Or is it just...
It's just when it walks through the square, like touches it. So if it's walking out of it, I don't think it's touching it again, technically.
Alright, this one's gonna go here.
For every 5 feet it travels. Into or within the area.
Yep, so
Ember. It's moving into 5 feet, 2d4. Within, it's another 5 feet, so I guess that would be 44 damage.
Regardless, it died.
Yeah.
Ember, it's your turn.
What to do? What to do?
Closest enemy. Second closest. Third closest. Big.
do. Step. Nah.
You know about the spike growth.
I'm going to move just up one space there, and I am going to pull out my Guquin and make a lot of noise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Roll performance.
La la la, don't pay attention to dragon. La la la.
The good news is they're all paying attention to you. The bad news is they are all paying attention to you.
Wait. Okay, how many of you have watched How I Met Your Mother?
Sounds like no one.
Okay, so like there's this one part of the show where one of the characters gets into painting and no one likes the painting, but then it just confuses dogs. So like they manage to sell it to veterinarians because it shuts dogs up because they're like, what the fuck is that? And yeah, so I think that Ember is like that, only they enrage lamprats, but it's the only emotion lamprats know, so no one notices.
Alright.
But yeah, it's Dishrat.
Dish rat, knowing that there is a meal nearby.
Unless it was looking at the tree trunk. Because it kind of looks like the tree trunk would be there.
So, yep, just meow. This one is fully aware that that is bad. Meow. Right there. Alright. This one was not aware that bad happened. And once again, roll 1d4.
It's 2d4 piercing damage.
Ones that aren't attacking or anything, are they dashing?
Now, this one's turn. This one's also aware.
Since they're not doing anything else, they could dash if they wanted to.
You're right, if they wanted to. This one...
I mean, do you want to be the first extremely squishable thing that walks up to a bunch of things that are probably going to kill it? Just be like the third one.
And if that's the case, then they are scared of things.
King, it's your turn.
Well, I guess there's one right here, so... I can move back. Walk up, and I'm gonna stab this little guy.
Roll to hit.
$25. 9 slashing.
That hits. You just slashed this poor creature diagonally in half.
Dead? Oh. I guess since then I'll just walk over there then. I walk over here, and I guess I just kick the other one?
Do you have multi-attack?
Yep.
Alright, then yeah, roll to hit.
Just mark this headbutt or punch, but it's fine.
Well, you don't have a melee weapon attack called Bitch Slap, do you?
Yet. Could though. I was gonna have backhand.
Level up for it.
I was gonna have it called backhand, but you know.
So go ahead and have a punch.
I headbutt him, or I go to punch him, but he's too low, so I just punch the water.
Does not hit as you basically swing your leg towards it. It just gets caught in the mud, and it just gives enough time to kind of avoid your kick as it just splashes water up.
I am done.
Scraps, it's your turn.
Targeting this in here? You want to try out this new star wheel?
All right. So you pull out the star wheel. You pull the trigger once, but you feel 2 shots come out. So go ahead and roll the first damage.
Dude, you are so lucky. What?
What?
Good job getting that roll out of your system.
So, no, actually, no. See, that's the thing. Scraps, would you have to tell them what happens when the star wheel hits a critical?
In addition to a normal critical shot, it fires.
Sorry, you cut out there. Does it fire a second shot on a critical?
Yes.
Then what happens on a crit fail?
You expend all the powder.
Oh!
Alright, so first off, you roll the damage for the critical one.
And I was trying to roll the damage that time, but it
just
went
click star wheel. You just click star wheel where it says.
On the page or in the chat.
Ah, okay.
Okay, there. So basically, you shoot it as the 2 bolts fire out, and all of your ears sort of ring from the sudden explosion that happened. But this lamp rat, basically just explodes. Like no flare, no anything. It just splats all over the place, leaving a red puddle right there.
So the normal effect in 5e of a crit is that you roll 1 more damage die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You roll all the damage dice of the attack.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You have like
isn't
sneak
range.
attack or something like that. You get to add all that too.
Alright. It is now Fern's turn. Fern, you just saw a lamp rat explode and your ears are ringing.
Huh. I thought the trees exploded. I was not aware that the lamp rats also exploded. I feel like this is a little concerning. Why are there so many explosive things on this continent?
It's all the gunpowder in the water.
I thought water made gunpowder less explodey.
It's all the gunpowder in the water.
It does. There's that much.
I see.
Yeah, eyes.
What is the nearest unobstructed and alive lamp rat to me?
It's not really obstructed yet.
Okay, great. I want to shoot it.
Alright, you take your arrow, you knock it into your bow, you shoot, roll to hit. If it's a critical fail, it's not. You hit, roll damage. Alright, so as you see the lamp rat emerging from the water, the arrow flies down, the lamp rat goes with it, and after a moment, the lamp rat floats up with the arrow just bobbing in the water. It is out of there. Anything else you want to do for your action?
Nope.
Alright. Now this one's turn. This one. Does that. It is now Mama Gigante's turn. Which ones of you are currently facing it? King and Nala, right?
Nulla's facing.
King and Firn are technically the ones looking in the general direction of that, correct?
Yeah, I guess technically I'm looking down, but I guess sure towards him.
Alright, so you see this lamp rat whose size would have to like kind of swim through water. This one's having a fair time just walking through and slightly wadding through it. You see it start to retch and hork up as it pukes out its starfish-like mouth exposing outward. And you see it spit out 2 more lamp rats.
Well, that's disgusting.
So these ones need to roll initiative.
I think I am also facing that direction because I shot at Listen.
Oh yeah, you also see it then, and you're equally grossed out.
Fleshlings.
Is that what birth is?
Yes.
All right, and then it is going to do right next to you, King, and it is going to attempt to attack you.
Okay.
You should feel happy and lucky. You're the first person to be attacked by this creature.
I mean, I'm trying to make it do that, so yeah. It's working.
Insta kills.
15. Does a 15 hit?
Oh, it's a miss.
Right. So as it tries to chomp down on your thigh, which mouth, by the way, even though you are very large, this mouth would have chomped down and gotten to at very least half of your thigh.
Just knee him in the head as he
But
bites.
you managed to just barely avoid it. So it's now Nala's turn.
So Nala moves, under. So does it work where, like, she's sort of higher up in the branches, or is she in one of the lower branches?
She's higher up in the branches. She's like in the dense bunch of it, like in the middle of it all.
Okay. Well then, Nala moves, like, 15 feet close, and then starts trying to climb the tree, sort of, to get to her.
Alright, so you get there, and you're going to... So you're here, so that's 15 feet there. You're at the very bottom, you start climbing up. Climb speed is halved, correct?
Is there a climb speed?
Yeah.
Do I?
Okay, you need to roll athletics then for your climb. But I'm also going to need you to roll a... Let me double check this. I'm also going to need you to roll a stealth check.
Sorry, what?
Stealth.
Stealth. Okay. So athletics first.
Just athletics right now.
Okay.
So you start managing to climb up. No stealth. But as you're starting to climb up, your hand's like climbing it. You feel the tree is very warm, but as you bump some of the leaves, it very much so burns. Painfully so. So I will do
Color dragon are you?
fire damage from that.
Yeah, I don't have resistance to fire.
So as you're climbing, you get singed by one of the leaves.
Oh. Is that 6 fire damage?
6 fire damage.
Okay.
And the tiefling does.
Alright.
How close is Nala to the mayor?
You're about 15 feet away from where the mayor is currently unconscious and just dangling from one of the branches. Thankfully, the branch that she's on has no leaves around it. It's one like the more center branch towards the trunk.
Yeah, Nala's just focusing on this. Or was there I guess it would be the dash action then. Because she's not doing anything else, so she's dashing up.
Alright, for this one, if you want to avoid the leaves, you're going to make stealth, or you can just roll straight athletics.
Do I have to roll athletics and stealth, or just stealth?
Just athletics if you're going to continue climbing, and athletics and stealth if you're going to continue climbing and try to avoid some of the leaves.
Okay, athletics and stealth.
Alright. So, the good news is, you're not touching any of the leaves. The bad news is, you kind of slip a bit, and you lose about 10 feet before you catch yourself.
Great.
So now she is about 25 feet away from you. And that's your turn?
Yeah, that's the turn.
Alright. It is now this Lamprat's turn. This Lamprat do... Here, and look, King, you get to be attacked by several Lamprats. Ain't that good for you? Another 15.
Another miss.
I miss. Okay, and then I'll just continue on. This lamp rat. Scamper, scamper, scamper. Meow. Alright. Ember, it's your turn.
I'm just gonna look back at Scraps and Firn and say, how about King, but be conscientious of her flank as well. As Ember is going to just look at these boys and prepare to do a non-lethal punch towards them if they break through my sanctuary.
Alright.
Sanctuary?
I did.
Oh.
Yep, target all. And that's your turn?
Yep.
Alright. It is now this one's turn.
Noted.
Make it there. This one is dead, so I'll just click out. This one. Someone is getting clipped. It's loud. This one's going to attempt to attack you, King. It misses. King, you're basically just having to instinctively reflex your legs out of the way so they don't get you.
To be fair, guys are just like biting me, but they just don't hurt because they're little.
They're trying to bite you, but you need to like pull your legs back so they don't get the latch.
So I'm going for the big one. So
You're going for the Maggiante.
Yeah.
Alright, roll to hit.
17.
17. That hits.
9 slashing and 4 necrotic.
That's 13 damage.
And then I missed to spell that. I'm gonna stomp him.
You're gonna stomp the same big one, or you're gonna stomp a small one?
Stomp on the big one.
Alright, roll to hit.
Oh,
Critical hit, alright.
15 bludgeoning and 6 necrotic as I stomp down with my foot.
Alright, so as you slash it, it is in pain as it screeches at you. You take the opportunity and you just jam your foot into its mouth itself and just ruin its insides as you pull your foot out, and he's just internally hemorrhaging.
And I just
He is very hurt.
I'm done.
Alright. It is this one's turn. This one, seeing its, I guess, tentacle mama being attacked, is going to try and defend said mama. And try and bite you. Boop. That is a definite hit.
Yep, can't do anything about crits.
Alright. So as you pull your leg out, you see a lamp trap just burst from the water and just chomp down on your knee.
Mama!
You and it does 9 damage. So
Does nothing.
that was
Oh, you used your racial ability to reduce it by a D12 plus 3 because Constitution?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But that doesn't change what just happened. So our Scraps, it's your turn.
So what are the rules for firing into melee?
Nothing. You don't shoot over me. Shoot through me, you get something I forgot. But as long as you're shooting something next to me, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
try to
will
avoid
shoot at the big one.
You get the Gigante. Alright, roll a hit.
Can you type out what you keep saying?
Sure.
16?
Okay.
barely misses. As you fire it out, and it just whizzes and grazes its thick fur. Do you want to do anything else?
Don't really have anything else I can do. So,
Alright, just keep in mind you are down 3 shots.
yeah, I'm tracking them.
Alright, it is now Fern's turn. Firn, what do you do?
Okay. I shoot at this big rat.
The Mama Gigante.
Why the fuck do you keep calling it that?
Because it's a mama, it's big. Miss. It just...
I'm starting to think that if we don't accept Mama Gigante for the absolute unit that she is, that we're just not going to be able to kill Mama Gigante.
Alright, so...
Look, I'm just saying it's an ROUS if I ever saw one.
Alright, so now is the mama's turn. She's going to first attempt... Now she starts to work up as she coughs up. Two more lamprets.
Again, that's disgusting.
Now, the ones she coughs up, are they the size of the others, or do they start out?
They're slightly smaller.
Do you use a lot of lights?
And then it is going to attempt to chomp down on you. Nope. It clearly misses. It's a mouthful of mud.
That's fair. It hit crit miss.
Alright, Nala, your turn.
Yeah, she's going to try to climb up again.
Alright, avoiding the leaves.
Yeah.
Alright, athletic
Athletics, stealth.
Alright, so you start to get up. You are just barely squeaking by as you're avoiding the leaves. I will say that you climbed... yeah, you climbed about the full 30 feet as you managed to get now right next to the mare.
Okay. Then climbing's not an action, is it?
Climbing is an action, yes.
Oh, okay then. This is a bonus action. She casts Healing Word on the mare.
Alright. So, as you cast Healing Word and you heal her up, she just weakly opens her eyes up and she sees you, and you can tell that from how close you are, she looks very dehydrated and fairly malnourished. Like she's been in this tree for quite a while. And she sees you, and she barely says any word, and she's like, but she is now conscious.
Let's get you out of here. As she tries to start, like, picking her up almost. But next turn.
Alright. It is now...
So if it matters, and you want climbing works just like swimming. It just takes half your speed or less. You just move at half speed unless you have a climb speed.
12 does not hit you, correct?
Who is being attacked? Oh, that's King.
Yeah, King. 12 does not hit you, correct?
No, I have 19 AC.
Alright. So it attempts to bite. It fails. This one's turn. This one. Two.
Just
Alright,
climb
Ember.
over something.
It is your turn. You have quite a bit of lamprats heading your direction. What do you do?
Like,
He's muted. I don't know if he knows.
I was muted, you're right.
Because you're chomping on chips.
I was not, actually.
Are you sure? Because I mentioned someone was chomping on chips, and then you suddenly stopped and were muted.
No, I'm just doing homework.
Oof.
Actually... It's,
You can't move through enemy squares.
I know.
I think he's measuring out burning hands.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to say, as I do burning hands.
Alright, go ahead and roll. You need to make dexterity saves for... What's
Yeah,
the range?
that
15
is-
foot cone?
Yeah,
50.
so it gets
Oh, wait, one second.
no, it gets those guys.
So,
That'd be
15...
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
So it'd be like that, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Spike put down what Spike uses in their games for a 15-foot cone. But
That's a
wouldn't-
15-foot cone?
wouldn't it go out here?
Maybe it should go out. Maybe I messed it up with the little, yeah. Checking in to make sure.
So I guess by what Spike drew, it would affect this one as well in the 15-foot cone. And so it would just be these 3.
Alright, so everyone get rid of the dots and everything. Alright, so these three need to make the dexterity save, correct?
Yep, or take half damage.
Alright, wouldn't even matter because as you send it out, basically the water boils and you just boil them alive, completely dead.
I believe you no longer have Sanctuary active.
I
Yep,
know.
that's
Oh, mine's right. It's a 15-foot cone.
so you just killed 3 in one go. How do you feel?
I'm just going to, I moved from here, I believe. I'm just going to move, am I in difficult terrain?
As of right now, yes.
Where does the difficult terrain stop?
Literally right here.
Right, so that would be 20. I'm going to move here.
Oh, alright then. So that would be... Oh, so you wouldn't be able to kill this one, so this one's fine still.
Okay, because it was shot at a diagonal.
Yeah, so I'm just going to have to do... And then just going to add one more back to it. So just go ahead. Lamp rat. There we go, back in there. And descending. And it would just return. Okay. Alright. And that's your turn number?
Yep.
Alright.
King suck?
Yep.
This turn is going to attempt to attack you. King. 18.
Miss.
19 AC. 19 AC.
Damn, I forgot you have 19 AC. Fuck. Yeah? Why is there 2 now? Fuck.
I'm a monk as well, so I have the same AC stuff, but I don't have as high wisdom as him, I guess.
Yeah, his AC is 20, I think.
It misses. Now your turn, King. What do you do?
Went after the mom again, because now it's getting scary with all these guys around me. So,
Alright.
dab it again.
Roll to hit.
18.
I think that hits. Alright.
Slashing 5 necrotic.
Alright, so you grasp your blade with the lamp that's still on your knee, and you thrust it into its mouth as it give it a quick twist, and it quickly dies.
Okay.
You killed a mother. How do you feel?
As I stab it, it's, I guess, life essence travels up my sword and into my body, but I'm not hurt, so I don't heal anything. But I guess if anyone notices that, you know, and then I pull out the sword and look at it and like mutter something to myself in Giant. But I guess, does anyone speak Giant?
No.
Okay. Well, then I just turn around.
Julian, do you speak Giant?
Give me a sec. I don't actually know.
Because I could have sworn that was the Firbolg language.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Firn, you know what King said.
So it sounds like he's thinking a god of sorts or something.
Okay.
And he just like pulls the sword out, and then he just punches one of the little ones, I guess.
Alright, which one? There's
Thank you, Jesus.
and that's on.
Yeah, so it looks like he's surprised that the gods are still helping him after 300 years, basically. That's kind of what it is.
So, which one are you punching? There's 5 rounds.
Anyone that looks like it was hit already by something? It didn't get hit by an arrow or anything like that?
None of them were hit.
Okay, so I'm just gonna punch one then. I guess the one up here.
Alright, roll a hit.
Demon spell punch again, right? So I guess I'll just kick this one.
You're gonna roll a hit?
Yes.
Oh. That just hit, so you just punt Lamprat across, and it breaks its back on the wall as it just slumps on the ground.
Oh, cool. And that's it.
And as its flying goes, Alright, S.C.R.A.P.S, your turn.
Did I have to roll a concentration save for taking damage?
Oh yeah, you did.
Okay, so what is that again? Because, Spike, I know that I had a wrong idea about what con saves were for taking damage.
DC 10 or half the damage, whatever's higher.
Okay, so it's a DC 10 con save?
Yeah.
Haha, there is no longer spike growth.
Alright, so the invisible ground is gone.
Remember this now, just in case anything happens and I forget. I have advantage on con saves for keeping my spells up, so if I forget, remind me, I guess.
Good job.
So I am shooting 3 magic missiles.
Oh,
One.
Also, wait, that reminds me. Spike, you will need to roll concentration as well.
Oh yeah, I think it's when you take damage.
Add hex.
No, I'm trying to remember if it's when you get hit or when you take damage, because I didn't technically take damage, so I reduced it to 0. I should look that up. That's actually a good question.
Yeah.
I'll roll. I have advantage on it, so I should hopefully be okay.
I mean, someone's rolled 2 nat 1s in a row already this session.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're good. You still maintain the concentration. And you never said which creature you put down your hex on next.
The mom. Oh, I never did. I never took my bonus action to do it. I punched instead.
Yeah, so the hex is gone.
Yeah, sure, it's fine. I think it's better just to keep
When you take damage, you make a con save.
I reduced the damage to 0, so I never took damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so whose turn is it then?
Mine. I was firing magic missiles at the one that's still attached to it, and the 2 that are between me and him.
Alright, so you're attaching
1, 2, 3.
this one, and this one, correct?
Yeah. This one, and this one.
Alright,
So
I don't know
1,
why that one's not. There we go.
so this one gets eviscerated from the explosion, while these 2 remain alive.
Whoa. Oh, I guess it got more health because it sucked blood or something.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm thinking.
And let me just go ahead and double check something about magic missile.
It never misses.
Never.
I know it never misses. That's the thing.
Type of
That's why I'm
damages, yeah.
checking it.
It's force damage.
Okay.
It's non-elemental.
All right.
It's like being punched.
The Lamprats can cast the shield
it's like
spell.
magic damage. So like,
This one's already on you, so
it's
it
got
doesn't need,
mad at you.
this one's already on you, so it doesn't need to roll a hit. It just automatically succeeds. So it sucks 10 hit points from you. Spike?
What's up?
This one doesn't need to roll to succeed. It basically just automatically succeeds, so you just took 10 damage.
Oh, because it hit me once or something?
Yeah, since it hit you and it's still grasped and it's grappled onto you, it's attached to you.
Okay. Yeah.
You take 10 damage. Alright, it is now Fern's turn. Fern.
Wait, I don't think it's 10 damage. I think it's 6 because the 4...
Oh, yeah. It's not a crit, yeah.
Advantage. So it would just be 6.
Oh.
You're right.
Alright.
So, Julian.
I am going to shoot this rat.
Which guy?
The one that I just circled.
Instead of circling it.
Woo.
Yeah, that's easy. You just click and hold. Boom. There. See?
It doesn't work for players, but...
Do you have something against rulers?
Alright, you will go ahead and roll to hit. That hits, roll damage. So you did something pretty fucked up. You basically just shot this Lamprat in the side as it's now attached to its dead mother.
Right after it got born, too.
Murder.
And I hope that you get the end pace extra for the big one.
Alright. It is now... Which Lamprat's turn?
This one.
This one. Alright, so it is within range of you, Ember. It's going to attempt to latch onto you.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes, of course.
Alright, so it latches onto you and it sucks you dry for 5 points.
Yeah.
I think he's got plenty of blood left.
And it's now grappled onto you. I'll say this one is grappled onto your calf. Your right calf.
Takes an action to get these guys off?
Yep.
Or you could hit them.
I mean, anything
Yeah.
you could do to break a grapple, right?
Yeah. If I knew he was on me, I would have killed the one on me.
Go hit.
Oh, yes, it does.
6 damage. As you now have 2 wrapped onto you. Basically, you have seen from Ace Ventura where he gets 2
Two
spears
darts is
and-
too much.
Yeah.
Basically this. Basically that.
Knees, or 2 arrows in each knee. Or
2
1
spears.
arrow in each knee. Oh, they're spears? Oh,
Yeah.
I just remember that one.
Ember
pretty-
used to be an adventure till he took a lamp rat to the knee.
There's definitely
yeah.
2 scenes that it happens in.
Question, Ike.
Wait a minute. Why does this one have a 14 but goes before Nala does?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Probably got
I
mixed
think it's
up.
because it's a new one.
Oh, it's an old one. It's over there.
No,
Yeah,
got
the new
added
one
back
was the
in.
old one. Because I remember it was before Nala.
Yeah. You just it just got replaced, so like you can just change its initiative to like 19 or something, and just be done with it.
That was probably, yeah.
Alright, so Nala, it's your turn. You now have the mare conscious and barely alive, it feels like. Or it looks like.
Yeah,
There you
does
go.
it look like she can find a way to, like, drop down with the mare and, like, safely get to the ground using Featherfall? Or does it look like she'd scrape against a lot of leaves doing that?
Roll one perception. One perception, yeah.
Okay.
Are tieflings fire resistant?
They are.
I said that earlier.
Fall on her and just
That's how she's still alive. So, what does Nala think?
She thinks that you might be able to get down with her not touching these, but you getting down without touching these is a very big if.
Cast Featherfall on her and kick her out of the tree.
Do you fall on your turn or at the end of your turn?
You fall on your turn.
Oh, that's terrible. Can you ready a movement?
Technically speaking, no.
Great. Can I ready a dash action which gives me movement that I can then use as a reaction?
No, because action is still the action. Although reaction...
Actually, no. The biggest problem is that I would need the reaction to cast Featherfall, so
yeah.
it wouldn't work anyway. Yeah. Nala's gonna cast Cure Wounds on herself. Did that not roll, or do I just not see it yet?
Does anyone else see it?
I do not see it.
Perception.
Try again.
I'm just gonna roll the damage one instead of the Cure Wounds. I could have sworn that was in my damage spells. No, I have Healing Word here, but I don't have Cure Wounds. I think it's a D8 plus healing mod. And it reduced the spell, so... Yeah, it's a D8 plus healing mod, so I'll just roll a D8.
Go ahead.
And my healing mod is 3, so Nala heals 7 damage, take back up to full.
Alright.
I can get us down safely, but you're going to have to trust me.
She seems too weak to even really move, so she's basically at your mercy.
Yeah, she holds her close and is going to get ready to jump.
Alright.
She doesn't jump, but she's going to get ready to.
So you're going to take your next turn to jump?
Yeah, on her next turn, she's going to jump and feather fall down.
Alright. Ember, you have 2 lampreys on you there, sucking your blood.
Yep, I'm going to throw a punch at both.
Alright, first one hits critical, and I will say that one, which is, I'll say assume this one, you punch so hard that you knock it off of you. The other one, you punch it, but it's still on you. So let me go ahead and...
You wiggled the leech.
Alright. Okay. Alright. So that's your turn.
Alright.
Is now this one is going to attempt to latch onto you, King. 17 does not hit. Alright, and it's not your turn.
Okay. I stabbed one on me then.
Alright, should I stab one on you? That's attack with disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay, let me fix that.
To attack one that are on you, it's with disadvantage.
Yeah,
but even with the disadvantages...
12?
12.
You need to roll the... Oh, you did weird fuckery. Okay.
I make my own macros, it's fine. I have disadvantage in it. You can mouse over it and see it's a disadvantage. Is a 12 hit?
12 just hits. So you go ahead and you slash this thing as you manage to get it to pop off of your leg.
Okay. Is it dead?
It's not dead. It seems to be alive, but it is bleeding.
A sword? I flick it off with the sword, and then I just start stomping on it.
Alright, go ahead and roll the melee attack. This one is just regular, no disadvantage, because it's not on you. Alright, so you just squish this poor little creature's brains out.
Squish. Then I stop. I stomp on it. I am done.
S.C.R.A.P.S, it's your turn.
Okay, so there's basically 3 of them we can see still alive.
Yes. One right by King, and two right by Ember.
Alright. I'm going to do another magic missile, striking once at this one and twice at this one. That's not... There we go.
Go ahead.
So first the top one for 2, and then the other 2. So 4.
Alright.
Damn.
So you hit this one as it squeaks in pain, but remains standing. And Ember, you witness as the lampret that's on you gets out on one side and then hit on the other as it basically creates a little bit of a crater within it. As you can see, its guts practically just now smushed as it's just dead on your leg. Still on your leg, but it's dead.
Imagine rolling a 1 3 times for damage.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's on a D4.
Yeah.
On like a D8 or something, it would have been like, oh god.
Turn, it's your turn.
I roll a 1, a D4 is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to move 1 to the side, and then I am going to try and shoot this rat that is next to Ember.
Alright. Roll a hit. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay, I didn't hit Ember this time.
And much like the one you shot before, you just shoot it, it goes underwater, and it comes back floating dead.
Skewered rat.
Alright. Dead. Dead. No, it's your turn. Nala?
I forgot that I flipped my mic off. Okay, so the reaction on my turn can be she starts falling, so she casts something.
Mm-hmm. So you roll both off the branch. Your reaction, farther fall. Go ahead and cast it, so I can see it.
Yep. Featherfall. It's... Yeah, she casts it on her and the mayor, so they fall in the same round.
Alright. So I will say, basically by the time this round's done, you'll be both on the ground. So for now I'm just going to take off their wings.
Yeah. That's fine. So, she didn't take any fire damage, but Nala's probably going to take fire damage. So,
I'm going to need you to roll stealth to try and avoid them.
Yeah. Oh.
Alright, so you thankfully managed to just fold your wings just tightly around you and the mayor as you just carefully you can feel just the tiny bits of the leaves just gently scraping you, and you're like, ah, but you're not taking any real damage to it.
That's good.
Alright.
A little bounce on the ground, and then we get up. Or she stands up.
Well, once this everyone's done with their turn, you have been on the ground.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ember.
Is there any difficult terrain between here and where I'm pointing?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna go here and I'm going to non-lethally punch this one.
You're just flicking the rat.
There, you basically just have a flopping dead thing on your leg. Just plop, 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 plop.
Why is it still grabbing on?
Death Griff. It's not like your blood anymore, it's just dead on your leg. Alright, so you run by, and you basically just make a football call as you punt this creature. Just splash. It's unconscious, but it's alive.
25 feet.
It's good!
King was turning to stab it, and then he just runs up and kicks it. Gives him a thumbs up.
What?
I said King was turning to stab it as he runs up and kicks it, and then he just turns and gives him a thumbs up.
Alright, so it's dead, or not dead, unconscious on the water. Good job, guys!
Yeah.
Dead X's around me.
So much murder, so much death.
Gather the bodies.
Do we really need to?
They're worth like 5 silver each, and the big one might be worth more.
King Walkrans,
feel
are
like
you all
there's a
okay?
thing, like oversaturation of the
Ember
market.
just sort of takes off the one that's still on his leg and is like, "So much for keeping them alive."
Guess since he's hiding so well, King's like, Nala, are you okay?
Yeah, I just need to give her some food and water. Nala gets out water from her pack to give to the mayor.
Alright, as you pull out the water and you hand her, she like weakly grabs it as she starts taking the first few gulps. And those she's taking more ambitious gulps as she like basically drowns or takes out your entire skin.
Nala know that you don't. Okay, Nala's like purposely holding back some of the water to like make sure she doesn't drink too quickly.
She was panting as she like takes off her lips, and you can see like some of the water just trickling down. It's like, I've been on there for 3 days. Who the hell are you?
Your girlfriend sent us.
Huh?
Are you not the mayor of Canes? Or wait, no, not. Is it? No, that's not. The Canes is the continent. Fuck. It's.
Mayor of the Oasis, yeah.
Yeah, the Oasis, sorry.
It's alright. Yeah, I'm Eliza. She really sent for you guys to get me?
I think we offered and she didn't believe us, but she was worried. Nice to meet you, Eliza. I'm Nala.
Nice to meet you.
Do you feel like you can start?
Without sending help, I would have died. You don't have any food, do you? I'm starving.
Oh, of course, yeah. Nala also grabs a ration from her pack, and then remembers she's hungry, and grabs another ration from her pack, and just starts eating a meal with her.
Alright. So, you are having this conversation as it's happening. What's everyone else doing?
King figures that Nala has it, so he's not gonna like crowd around her and just wait. I guess King starts resting, like a short rest while they eat and stuff.
Alright.
I'm gathering the corpses.
Alright, so Scraps is gonna start gathering corpses. Firn, what are you gonna do?
I think I'm just gonna sit down for a while. I don't understand how my life became like this, and I just need a minute.
Alright, as you're sitting down, just watching Scraps picking up the lamprats, a few of them by the arrows that you're holding them as a freaking, again, a lamprat kebab. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. That is 14 dead lamprats and 1 lamprat mother, also dead. So be sure to write that down.
I was thinking, like, how does that mother work with the whole, like, spewing more lamprats? Could you just, like, have a lamprat farm and then just...
I had literally thought about that, yeah.
So, that's actually the problem. That's actually the problem with bounties, though. Like, in India, when they had a cobra bounty, people just grew cobras. And then there was a ton more cobras whenever the bounty was rejected, because whenever they stopped being profitable to bounty off,
Let them go, yeah.
they let them go, yeah. So, yeah.
I think this is more just that she got bit by one and it messed up her face. A personal grudge. So it's not like local law enforcement or anything.
It's literally just her, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the innkeeper's like, I got a grudge.
Does this count as a short rest for Nala and Eliza as well?
It depends if they're going to take the action to have a short rest. Eliza, not really, because she's been nothing but resting, and she's just very weary and hungry. As you can see that she's currently just like basically not even taking a moment to breathe, just eating as much food as she can from the ration that was given. As she's, I mean, looking at her, you can see that she's rather thin at this point. Like she's been in there for quite a while, and just standing here, Nala and King, you can feel just the heat radiating from this tree.
King says we should probably rest as short as we can. So about an hour, and then we should move on just in case more of them come.
One question here for
Right, well,
Eliza. I know you've just been through a lot, but your hired help, where did they come from?
they came from a few towns over. What was it? The wharf?
I don't think we've ever been.
You have been. It was the first place that you've been to.
The wharf. The first
Crypt
place.
Wharf.
Oh, in Mista. In
Yeah.
Mista, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
They did all they could, but that mumble rat, whatever the fuck that is, they couldn't handle it. You guys did though, so hey, good on you.
Just trying to think if we should try to take their bodies back to their families, or if we should give them a burial or the like here.
Yeah, King was thinking that too, like the burying them.
Right.
I don't know if they have any families. At least not any families in Mista. I'm not sure. They haven't really talked much about them.
He wouldn't know like the burial customs for these people, so he doesn't really.
Right, well, what's happening? Ember, I noticed that you're by the unconscious lamp rat.
In his pocket it runs.
Ember is just sort of contemplating this one surviving lamp rat as he looks back and sees just the mangled corpses of all the others.
Right. Let's go on that. You can continue your conversation.
Yeah, it would probably... I got a shovel. Might as well.
I do as well. You look like you could use the rest, though.
Nah, I'm fine. I got my meal. Higher ground means that it's more rocky, but less likely to get flooded out.
Right.
Probably somewhere around here.
Alright. So, are you going to start digging, or is King going to help? Or is the two of you going to start digging individual graves?
I think Scraps and Null are digging individual graves, yeah.
Right.
Alright, so both of you,
Quicker that way.
I need both of you to roll strength checks.
That was a saving throw, but I'm not proficient.
Alright, so that's fine.
That's what I asked. Think you'll be strong enough to walk, or do I need to carry you?
Alright, so no, as you start digging and now start making progress, Scraps him over, comes to help, makes the first hit, dunk, rock. Tries again, dunk, rock. Tries again, and he pulls it out, and the tip of his shovel is melted.
Was he in another direction? He was just throwing his dirt back in her hole.
Basically, you start trying digging with whatever shovel you had, and you now just have the front bit of it now just melted off. So where it was a sharp shovel, it's now one of the smooth rectangle shovels. Because you just hit the root.
But King also asks the mayor if she's strong enough to walk, or does he need to carry her?
I might need a bit of help, if it's alright.
Fine. You don't look very heavy.
Well, I do appreciate it, but, you know, I also was in there for 3 days without food.
Yeah, he nods. He says if you need any more, I have some rations.
I appreciate it.
I give her a ration.
Instead of, like, wolfing it down immediately like the last one, she starts savoring this one.
And I hand her my water skin too if she needs it.
Sweet. These roots are hot enough to melt metal?
The sap is from the roots.
Also, I help her away from the tree, because it's probably hot. I don't know if she wants to be next to hot. I know she's a tiefling, but I don't know if...
She accepts the help, but she's like, I'm alright with heat, but that's a bit too much for me for 3 days.
So I just kind of like move her away, I guess, like against this little rock here to lean against.
Alright. So after a bit, you guys get the graves dug and you put the bodies in and start burying them. Ember, Firn,
Or
either of you want
them.
to?
I am not above rifling their pockets.
Alright, go ahead and roll investigation.
Now, that's almost uncouth.
Almost.
Now, on your body, you find pocket lint. Nala, on this body, you find a couple of spare silver coins and copper coins. So you have 3 copper and 2 silver coins now.
Wait, it was Nala that rolled in that one.
Oh, Thunderburst it.
Yeah, Nala on my body, like literally she just checked her own pocket for some reason.
You just found pocket lint.
Yeah.
You find a single string.
Ooh.
So, B, if it matters, I have the All Eyes on You feature for my background. Linked in chat a while ago, but it just basically like everyone's interest in me. Like the idea of like I look... That...
You're not the only one that has that.
Okay.
You are the third PC that has that.
Yeah.
The feature, yeah.
We walk into town and everyone's just like, who are you guys?
Who else has it? I'll be interested.
So, yeah.
Who else has it?
Oh. A person you haven't met and the Genasi, that was the first person you talked to, just naturally.
Yeah. So, like, I was actually thinking that King actually knows Fire Genasi because the Black Rock Mountain's like a volcano and lots of fire stuff, and we kind of similarly look, right? We both have the same color eyes and dark, yeah.
He's actually from far away, so...
Okay, I'm just saying, like, the idea of,
Eliza looks up to you like, so what the fuck are you?
I'm a half-giant.
Like Firbolg?
No, more like a fire giant. Come from an island that apparently has been destroyed.
What?
I don't remember what you guys called it. People, I mean.
It was definitely not Dragon's Reach.
Dragon's Reach? I don't know.
It was definitely not Dragon's Reach.
I didn't hear of any islands being blown up recently.
It happened about 300 years ago.
She looks at you like you're now crazy.
Yeah, that's where my people came from.
Okay. And she just takes another drink from the water skin.
I mean, technically, he didn't say, like, I came from there 300 years ago. Like, I mean, his people could have came from there 300 years ago, and then he could be generations old that or just live here now, right?
In which case, you'd be the asshole for phrasing it like that. So you're crazy.
I was saying my people came from there, like, that's why I'm different. Yeah, he is, like, it's fine. And most of your people probably never seen mankind before. I think you have a type of me around here, potentially? A different form? I think they're called Goliaths.
I don't think there's been a Goliath around here for several years. I can't recall when. I haven't seen one as a kid.
Let's say slightly larger Goliath. More giant than whatever else they're mixed with.
Okay. She looks genuinely confused, like she has never seen a Goliath before.
He's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Just rest and...
Well, you guys did save me. I guess I don't really have any rhyme or reason to ask questions.
You can ask questions. I just didn't want... You save your strength, basically.
I'm gonna do that. And she kind of just rests her head on the stone wall. Alright. What do the rest of you do? What does Firn do? Is Fern still just chilling in the water, standing in the muck?
I see him just staring at this unconscious lamprite.
I would say yes.
Like, Amber, are you okay?
Sound, you're not dead.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go sit over there in the not water area.
Alright.
yeah. I'm just wondering what to do with it now that we killed all the rest of them.
So, like, King pulls out a sword and says, should we kill it? Is there something wrong?
I don't want to, but I think that may be for the best.
Why don't you want to? Is there something... Do you have a connection to these creatures?
I just don't like killing often.
He nods, I understand. He says, just look away, I'll do it for you. And then King says, here, also, and he like waves his hand around, and I cast a minor illusion to cast like a fat cat like on top of this hill, where you can go walk and like look at it or something.
Ember just walks away and just tries to make his way through this. Oh, kitty! All right, difference. Let's see the kitty. What is a cat doing alive around here?
Is there a DC to figure out if that's an illusion or not?
There is. That'd be insight.
Yeah.
I think it would be a wisdom check, wouldn't it?
It's in minor illusion. It's an investigation check against the spell save DC of 12.
Alright, so you want to try and figure it out, or?
Yeah.
Alright, you realize it's just an illusion.
Yeah. When King wasn't trying to like trick him, he was like, just go look at the cat, and he waves his hand to make it like... to give him something to look at while King kills his potential other pet thing that he liked or something. He just like again, King mutters something to his sword and stabs it.
Alright, you just give it a mercy killing.
And then I, clean my blade with prestidigitation or whatever. Walk away.
Alright. So, at this point, you now all converge back to the main party forming. Does any of you want to do anything?
So, we were told that you were collecting something from the trees. Did you get all that you needed from this tree?
Yeah, she reaches over and she holds up a little pack that she has around her shoulder and reaches down to her hip. It's kind of like brown, and she shakes it around. I got the sap.
And did you come across a crater where a tree was supposed to be?
What were a tree supposed to be? A crater?
Yeah, like, all the ground was not where the tree was. Like, there's not a tree, there's just a hole in the ground.
No.
Nala pulls out the map. Or, wait, she doesn't have the map.
No.
Who was the person that had the map?
Leaf.
Leaf. And the second map?
Leaf.
Leaf also took the second map?
Mm-hmm.
How did we get here?
Well, I can navigate.
Wait, I have a... I thought I had a map.
You give him that, but just not of Mista.
I can scroll out a rough map.
King says it doesn't really... She's been here for 3 days, so I assume she just came here and got trapped. But if you are well enough to answer questions, I have a few for you as well.
No, I have a map of Mista.
I do? Oh.
Yeah.
Then I remember the general location for that. So we were told that there was going to be 4 magma trees, and that there was one on an island, one about halfway from, I think you said it was the wharf, to this location, and then the tree we're at now, and then one further south. And the one that was halfway between here and the wharf, when we got to it, was just not there.
What do you mean by not there?
Like, in the middle of the night, we saw a giant orange flash, and then when we walked towards there later, like the next day, the tree wasn't there. There was, like, trees blown off to the side. It wasn't there.
The tree exploded?
Probably, yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Unless someone blew it up.
Didn't someone, like, I don't know, put gunpowder or some kind of explosives around the tree and then explode because of... Can the trees combust on their own?
You know, these trees don't just do that. Yeah, they're very hot, but they don't just go boom.
Would a tree not explode unless there's other explosives connected to it? So someone would have to...
Even then, this sap, the tree itself, isn't really that flammable. It's not flammable at all, actually. You could try, and it just won't do anything.
Why are you collecting sap from the trees?
It's essential for some potions.
Okay.
Especially the one that made Catkiss.
I don't know what that is, but I have some questions about your town. Apparently, there are goblins harassing it or something, and some of the guards are enslaving them? It was very unclear.
I'm sorry, what?
For the rest of the
So it
group.
wasn't specifically... sorry, we just met this guy today. We did not do a good job of informing him of current events. You're familiar with general goblin relations in Canes, right? About how generally they're not accepted in, like, any town?
I mean, yeah, that's mostly just because goblins just did the whole Knights of Lightning shit.
Yeah.
But I was aware that they were starting to just straight massacre them.
Yeah. No, that is 100% correct, yeah. I think the guy's name is Dave. David?
Dave. God.
Yeah, he's drowning them in lakes, or the river that runs...
That mother... Despite her weak, frail body, she stands up furious as she's like, that motherfucker, I'm going to send him straight down the river and off into the ocean, I swear to God.
Okay.
I give him specific orders to not just go massacring goblins. We don't need to start conflict.
Hey, Ember, do you still have that transportation stone?
I sure... No, I gave it back to you.
I told you, Muse. Okay, so...
Before we transport back, we are a few hours away from that lab.
Yeah, that was what King was going to say. He said if you're strong enough, we have a detour we need to take.
But we do have a transportation stone near the wharf, so we could probably arrange transport back to Canes pretty soon.
He says we can
I would prefer getting back to Canes as soon as possible. I want to get down to the bottom of this, and why the hell David's trying to just start a goddamn war we can't handle.
Yeah, so we can go...
We also know that some goblins that are taking up the moniker of Knights of Lightning are also trying to attack Canes.
What is the Knights of Lightning?
It was a...
The Knights of Lightning, I'll spell it this way.
Yeah. Knight.
Yeah, they were a group of goblins
Not
that
K and
for a long time.
The Knights of Lightning was a straight-up goblin attack / massacre where they went to village in the entirety of Canes and basically concentrated attack on every single town where they just slaughtered a lot of people and men and women, children.
The
before they were
goblins
so
attacked. Okay, so the
Everything
goblins.
changed when the Goblin Nation attacked.
Yeah, okay. So, King's going to say, so I guess the best thing we can do is go head up to the lab and then use your magic to teleport back?
Probably. I mean, if the detour is really important, yeah.
About us. Well, yes, it's very important to me, but don't know if.
Or is potentially a fate of the world thing.
Yeah, King's like, I don't know what this means to you guys though, but the time stuff that happened to us prior to here, like maybe it doesn't mean anything to you. I don't know exactly.
No, that's a good point. Actually, yeah, we really need to. Yeah. Okay. We dug the graves, so ready when everybody else is, I guess. You know the way.
I didn't really know them, so I don't got any final words.
So King's like, I should be able to know the way. Yeah, and then he, I guess, walks up to the governor and
Mayor.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't know if these guys are from Mista.
They're from Mista, or they were in Wharf, or the Wharf, and then got hired by Eliza.
I will say a brief prayer to I'm trying to remember her name. The goddess that had the temple there.
Oh,
A funeral for a fertility god. Got it.
Right. Well, it's the only
Why
temple.
not? Yeah.
no, not that goddess. I think you're talking about the temple that you guys were just at.
No.
No?
The
The one with the half-naked chick, or the one with the giant metal snake?
the half-naked chick.
Oh,
Yeah, the fertility goddess.
Yeah, one right.
Powerful build.
So as long as she weighs under 540 pounds, I can walk normally with her.
she does. She's very thin and not heavy right now.
Yeah. So even
And
then.
it's Sune.
The joke is because like I only fight with one hand technically with my sword, so I can like actually run around with people and stab people and fight normally while carrying someone.
Also, the goddess you're saying that the red will be Sune.
Name.
You're right.
Redhead one.
As well as apology to Sune in case I got the wrong god.
Alright. So you do that. King is carrying Eliza, and he is leading you to the direction of the laboratory.
And we all follow.
Alright. Do you guys need another marching order, or are you just going to as is?
I think probably the same one as before.
Alright. So you go back on the same marching order as you are going through the swamp. Following King. Any of you want to do any conversation
Brief question,
or
real
think
quick.
anything?
How brief out of character question. How long are we planning on gaming tonight? Because like
How did my portrait end up there?
I'm tired for one, and for two, I know that Kevin has to get ready for work soon.
Yeah.
So
I say once it reaches 9 my time, we will stop. So in about 18 minutes, we'll be done.
How do I remove my portrait?
Can you select it? Like just...
Select and press delete.
Ah,
Yeah, it has to be the mouse.
Alright.
So yeah, we're heading towards lab.
Alright. Anything you guys want to participate or talk to or do anything while you're walking?
I'll just like question the woman a little bit more about what's been going on with the goblins before she left, and why is she so mad at this guy?
sounds like this is all Dave's fault.
Yeah, Dave. Like
This
it sounds
isn't the
like Dave
first
has
time-
fucked up in the past.
Yeah, this isn't the first time he started shit like this with the goblins. It's not bad enough that he's a complete dickhead to his wife.
Is he a captain of your guard?
Yeah, I told him before, if he tried to fuck with the goblins again, he would be completely and utterly destroyed. I would stop his entire god captaining. He would just be done. But apparently, while I was gone, he took up control.
Yeah. Well, seeing as he's kind of causing trouble with the goblins, putting your people at risk and everyone's lives. If you need our
He's no god of mine anymore.
if you need my help at least, I should be able to aid you in taking back your town.
I would appreciate it. Thank you. Please, I need you to do me a favor, though.
What is that?
Please tell me how Katrina is.
Looks back like I don't know who Katrina is.
Yeah, we saw her. She was hanging out with Catkiss. She sold me some healing potions. I think we saw her, like, 2 weeks ago plus. But she seemed to be doing pretty well. I mean, she was kind of worried about Dave, but...
Right.
I mean, she was kind of scared because we did show her that map of... that we found on a goblin raiding party that had Crystal Cove and a few other places, including the Oasis, like, circled, that goblins were going to attack. So, yeah.
Is this a relative, a partner of yours?
She's my partner. You could put it like that, yes.
We should, before we get back to your town, we might need to send word for her to meet us somewhere, just in case they can't use her as leverage against you.
Right. Probably for the best. Although, if David doesn't know that I'm on my way, it's likely that we might have the element of surprise. He won't have time to react and do anything.
He wouldn't let us get a word in edgewise. He was very confrontational about us. So he shouldn't know anything about anything.
Good.
King says, I can talk to him.
Good. As you're walking, you notice that the environment around you in the swamp slightly is changing.
He's like, this is the pretty forest I mentioned before.
Did you?
Oh. Look for the flowers as we walk.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right.
What did the Priestess of Sune say the flowers looked like again?
They were tricolored on both leaves and petals. Red, blue, and green.
Alright.
And I think we actually had a picture of them.
You did?
And Leaf has it?
No, Ember has it.
Oh, thank goodness.
What do I have?
The picture of what the flowers look like.
I have it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, here's the picture, guys. That's what it looks like.
You see that is a 3-petaled leaf, or a flower that has red, blue, and green colored leaves, and the petals are basically a mixture of them all. Like they kind of blend, but at the same time not. So you guys gonna look for those flowers?
Yeah.
Well, just on the way.
Right,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll nature for me while you're looking. As you're walking, you do see that the swamp, the water is more clear here. There's notably no lamprats or alligators or anything like that. A lot more common insects and quite a bit more life. Firn, you feel happy.
What's
Picture
going on?
correct?
You weren't listening?
I might be watching anime also right now. What's going on?
Alright, I will repeat it once again. Pay attention. As you're walking through the nasty swamp, you notice that it's starting to change. As you're getting further and further to where King's leading you, it's more full of life, and the trees seem more healthy. There's less and less lamprats and sharks and other nasty creatures, and more peaceful. magical even. So you're surrounded by happy trees and happy plants.
I don't suppose that we could just stay here and just I mean this is a pretty decent forest, I feel like.
Actually, now that you mention it, is it close to how Nalo remembers the forest being in Mista?
Roll history
Or
with
is...
advantage? Yes.
Oh. This is what it's supposed to be like.
What's the perception for?
I would say since I have a picture of the flowers, can I just look for the flowers?
Oh, looking around, you do not see the flowers as of right now. As you're now entering the more lively swamp.
Do 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 do.
But yeah, you did not respond really to Sound's question. If you guys just want to stay there forever.
Yeah, I assume.
I mean, I won't stop you.
Yeah, I assume what's happened is like she's like we were all walking and they're like just standing in the middle and we all like break out to like wander around and they're just like, can we stay here? And we're all like looking for flowers and stuff and then I guess we all walk back and it's like we need to keep moving.
Yeah.
Why do you want to? I mean, if you would like to stay here, you can. I'm not going to stop you.
It's more just the general greenery of this area. It's so nice.
There I am.
Especially after we spent so long on a desert.
Old token. It gets also pretty nice up ahead.
As you're walking, you notice as you get deeper and deeper into this, you notice that the area is more full of life. The flowers and everything, the plants and everything are more vibrant and practically glow in the dark. They produce their own light as you are traveling and following King.
Okay, he says it's through this cave.
Fancy damn forest.
While you guys are all here, I need each of you to make a perception check.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Can't carry mine over.
You're wanting me to check things?
Yes. Perception. Alright, so all that's left is...
Not as good as my last one.
Alright, so... Nala, Ember, and Firn, you notice as you're approaching it that you see to the left, following this path, looks to be a small little hut, as well as what looks to be the same glowing tree that you just saw, a magma tree.
Huh.
Neat. Oh. I wonder if the lab dude knows something about magma trees and why they would explode.
You can ask him. It's right through here.
So you guys go ahead and head in.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. As you enter Professor's lab. Professor Thaddeus's lab, I should say. One second, before you go too far in. Alright, let's just wait. Hold on a second. Don't forget everyone else needs to place their tokens. Including Firn.
Huh?
Place your token. There you go. So as you walk in, you see that this cave is a bit further in, and the walls itself are rather cobblestone with chains hanging out in the front of it that seem to be connected to a large door system on the front. The cave seems kind of familiar-ish, especially to use S.C.R.A.P.S. You notice on the outside in front of it, it's very similar to like the carvings and everything that was made for the area that you awoken in, the same tomb. But everything else is different, all elven.
As I walk in, I bang on something metal and say, Thaddeus, I have returned.
Alright. So, as everyone... first things first, does anyone want to look at anything specific?
Well, that would be kind of rude. Just falling behind King.
Well, like not look like
He's
look,
literally
like,
looking
does
at.
notice anything. Does anyone want to like look at anything as they're following King?
No, I was looking for who and where Thaddeus is.
I am curious if this is a shock here.
Right. So I would say that do. Firn, remember to move your token. Boom, boom. Alright, so you do see Thaddeus here. He appears to be sleeping on his desk, on top of a bunch of papers.
Yeah. So King, I guess,
Let's ransack the place.
King like walks behind him and wakes him up.
Alright, before you do that, Ember, Firn, S.C.R.A.P.S, what are you two doing? Or three doing?
This is like a giant fish tank?
Yes, you see this is a large tank. The water is a bit greenish, but you do see a shark in there that kind of lunges and bangs its head on the glass at you, but then it's about to swim around.
It's a big shark.
Big bark. Alliteration.
Yes.
Alright, as you wake him up, he shows awake, kind of fluttering the papers around, although he has one paper stuck to his face. Oh, King! Hi!
Okay.
And he points to everyone behind you. He's like, "What are you doing? Get out!"
Yeah. Oh, it's fine. They were compatriots from 300 years ago. They might be able to aid you in your research. And also, you might be able to help us if they have any further questions.
I'm sorry, back that up real quick. They all like you.
Yeah. You might need some of their blood?
Wait. You want us to give blood?
Yeah, he showed me something over there. He took some of my blood and looked at it, and I have this weird... The goo is mixed into my blood, apparently.
While he's
that's
talking,
concerning.
he's going to put on what will be like some odd spectacles as he looks at all of you rather closely. It's like, okay, well, you're clear. You are an impressive specimen. Clear.
Is Eliza with us?
Yeah, she's just still being carried by King. Yeah, you're all clean. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable.
We do try to bathe regularly.
I mean, baths won't really protect you from the virus that's out there.
Virus?
What's a virus?
It says something about, like, yeah, the things that made, like, the lamp rats and the monsters is like a virus or something that we are immune to because of the goo or something.
Well, not really that you're immune to it. I'm not quite sure that's quite how I put it. However, you are not free of it. All the residents here, they have some variation of virus deep within their, well, blood. And they have no real idea about it. Because it doesn't really pop up. But every once in a while, there is the mutation that happens that results in these, what do you call it, lamp rats and, what are you calling that creature, the shark?
It's a bark. Bark.
I've been calling them shark, because they have the wings like a hawk and they are sharks, and they, shark.
But we were told they had wings like bats.
True.
We thought about it like that, yeah.
But if you also look at the talons, they're very hawk-like.
Aren't they also shark-like? Or sharks don't have talons, do they?
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
Sharks
bats have
don't-
talons.
Talons in the wild? What are you, insane?
I mean, maybe the teeth just moved to the talons or something. I don't know.
King says, if the goo is in our blood, do you think that's helping fight off this virus?
I'm not sure if it's helping fight off the virus or if it's just completely nullifying it. That's what I've been working on. I've been doing raw analysis on the blood that you've given me, and basically running my own experiments, seeing what connection it has with the goo, and how it can resist this virus. And if possible, if there's a way to send you all back. Unfortunately, I do not have enough research to this subject at all to even begin theorizing about it, but I do have quite a few ideas and probabilities. It takes more time to get it all done, of course, but it is definitely an interesting subject that I'm very happy that you have come into my life so I can experiment on.
He says, well,
Okay.
How a person can help you.
Scraps. What do you think about the place you woke up in, as far as goo?
As far as goo?
As far as goo. Like, do you know where it is on a map?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think
Are you
Thaddeus...
talking about this time slime?
Do you think Thaddeus might want that, Scraps?
Possibly.
Oh, there's no need. Follow me. And he just is over here.
King says, "Yeah, I was
Just over
found
here.
in there. Apparently,
Is it the entire sarcophagus is filled with the goo. The only difference is that there seems to be a faint imprint now of where King's body was within it. See, he awoke in this within this goo, but he was not there before. So my theory is that all this goo is somehow not only you, but also in correlation it.
didn't you say add skills?
Huh. So you needed blood?
Yes, because I'm trying to see if the goo from you, because you came from a different casket, correct?
Yeah.
So the question is each goo unique to a person, or is it all a single entity?
Well, why don't you check? I hand him a vial.
Oh, I have plenty of that. Don't worry. I will have plenty of time to run experiments if you are all willing.
Well, it depends how long we'd have to be here. We do have a place to be, but...
Well, I
I
will.
mean, this is the closest I can give you to a goo sample. I don't really bleed.
I mean, don't Warforged do have some form of liquid within them? At the very least, I can try and see if I can take a sample of your actual metal and analyze it and get it back.
I had him drink some water yesterday.
Yeah, but we don't really, like... See, this is a weird thing out of character, because, like, technically I'm not immune to bleeding, but we used to be in 3rd edition, and their description... it's like... They're made of living wood, so theoretically there might be a, like, sap or something, but that's about it.
Interesting, because like there's no bleed status effect, but some things do make you bleed, I think.
Right. See, and they've way simplified the Warforged, because they used to have a laundry list of bonuses and a laundry list of disadvantages on the basis of being constructs.
Regardless, I would love to do more experiments if you have the time.
King says, "I think we can make time, since this is very important for us and potentially the world."
Excellent! And with that, we will call it an end. With the experiments coming, and all of you at least willing to participate. Assuming you're all willing to participate, we haven't heard anything from Firn because Firn is watching anime.
Actually, Firn is currently watching TikTok.
Regardless, were you paying attention to what was being said?
Something, we're going to give blood because there might be goo in our blood.
Close enough.
Basically, the short version of it is that the goo is at the same time you as you are the goo.
What?
Exactly as much sense as it made to us. So you got it. Okay.
See, this is why you need to pay attention, Sound.
No, that's the thing. He has it 100% as we have it, I think. So this is fine. Bleed to save the world, boy.
Alright, so we shall call it there today.
Yeah.
Good session, everyone. I'm glad everyone came and participated. I'm glad everyone was able to welcome Spike, aka King, into our now 6-player party.
So,
Also, how many goddamn tombs do you have just laying around for people to enter into this game?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
Wait, no, Richard. Fuck.
Which one is it? Is it Franklin or is it Richard?
I don't know.
It's not the turtle.
you asking?
It's Richard.
It's Richard.
There's a guy named Richard that saved us, apparently, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much experience do you get?
Oh, perfect. Right, I was going to get to that. So,
Oh yeah, what is my experience at? Is it at 0?
Should be.
yeah, experience is at 0. So with all of the creatures killed, that would be that divided
Kevin, how
by
many creatures got
5
killed?
people.
Huh?
Everyone gets 135 experience.
Cool.
You
We
said
should write
100.
that down. Fern.
You said 135.
135.
Do 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 do. 100.
I might level in like 20 sessions.
All right. So good job, everyone. I'm glad you were all here, part of it, and I cannot wait to continue this with you all next week.
It was fun.
We have plenty of stuff here that you can all look around and interact with during the journey chat if you wish. And yeah, next session we will begin the experimentations.
Yeah. Again, if you guys wanted to use, would you say journey chat?
Yes.
If you wanted to use the random RP chat to replace that, you can as well. That was like kind of the overall place where people can roleplay in the chat.
It's up to you.
It's up to you guys. I mean, like, I don't want to take away your Discord if you want to keep putting stuff in it.
Well, it's up to them, so we shall see.
In case you wanted other people to see all the cool RP you do.
I don't know. We have to use Journey Chat before we know where we want to use Journey Chat.
Pretty much. I want to take a nap.
You always want to take a nap.
Kevin and I tried. We tried.
Huh?
Kevin, we tried to use Journey Chat. We did.
Yeah. I'm still in the middle of moving, so
That's what I said too.
I just don't have a lot of spare time right now.
Yeah, me and Nick tried to use the random RP chat and no one else joined in, so we're like, I was getting ready to delete it because no one was using it. So, I mean, if you want to specifically, I can easily just change it to the journey chat if you want.
Is that right, you guys?
Well, it's a 4-4 work.
What about the memes, Muse?
You said that. Well, what memes? We have a meme chat if you want. I don't know what.
We can just make memes and make overly specific memes for Chronomancer, and then no one will get it, and it's fun.
Unless they pay attention to the actual stream
Yeah,
or watch it.
So again, we technically put the memes in the Chronomancer thing this week with like the Ace Ventura stuff and right. So like,
Yeah.
like they have the memes channel and
We just selectively include the funny memes outside of the campaign into the meme chat, but like